Live from Plainfield High School, it is Indiana High School football as the 2-5 Plainfield High School Quakers are set to take on Mid-State Conference foe 4-3 Whiteland. They are the Warriors. Good evening, I'm JP Sinclair, and this is the AudioSportsOnline.com pregame show. Thank you for listening to Plainfield Varsity Football, powered by AudioSportsOnline.com. This broadcast is brought to you by the Hendricks County Flyer, Rhodes and Kinley LLP, Copico Office Solutions, American Family Insurance, Doug Hawk Agency, Inc., Wicker Construction, Julia Burbridge of Remax Centerstone, Niagara Bottling Company, The Beacon Sign Company, Three Pints Brew Pub, Carey Digital, Jimmy John's, Dugan Chevrolet, Dugan Sports Performance, and the Coachman Restaurant and Lounge, BMO Harris, and the Payroll Department.
What's that?
The last game out from Plainfield High School was a big win against a struggling Franklin community team in a rain-soaked matchup on the road. The Quakers were able to take care of the ball and really capitalize on the Grizzly Cub mistakes to come away with a 31-19 victory. Oh, and they had a lot of production from Dylan Foster, who scored a number of touchdowns in that one. That doesn't hurt either as he continues to get his legs under him. This is a player who didn't play in the first 3 games, nor did he do any preseason or offseason conditioning. So I think that plays into where he's at hitting his stride this late in the season.
Yeah, that's right. And, Dylan Foster, he actually did play last season as a sophomore, showed some promise, decided not to go out for the team this year. But then he changed his mind very late. Came on strong 4 weeks ago in the Roncalli game. Even though the Quakers lost that game, Foster did give the team a lot of spark off the bench. He's gradually worked his way into becoming a bigger and bigger part of the offense. Last week had 3 touchdowns, had another one the week before that. Finally made it onto the roster this week.
Did he? I didn't even look.
So
I just assumed he was never going to be put on there.
But, yeah, last week was unquestionably the best Plainfield game of the year so far. It broke a 4-game losing streak, and it looks like the team – now with just 2 games left in order to tune up for the playoffs, it seems like they're, peaking at the right time, finally running on all cylinders, and they appear to be poised to make a playoff run.
I'm JP Sinclair. That's my colleague Lex Zorn, and we're also joined by Doug Edens on the camera. Definitely want to thank both of them for coming out and supporting high school athletics as we do this. Plainfield has struggled really on the year due to a bevy of injuries. But they were young to begin with. They've been down at points during the season, as we talked about, 7+ starters at some points throughout the course of the year. The Quakers are averaging 15 points per game while allowing 27 points per game. Opponents are averaging 184 yards throwing, 170 yards rushing against Plainfield. But those numbers have slowly worked their way down during the course of the year. And that points per game for Plainfield has slowly worked their way up. So I think it's exactly what you said. They are peaking at the right time.
Yeah, that's right. And tonight they're playing a Whiteland team that has an excellent rushing offense. However, the Quakers defense has done very well in guarding against the rush this season. Against the pass, not so much. They have given up a lot of passing yardage, especially against Tommy Stevens at Decatur Central
and Mooresville.
Alex Faber at Mooresville, who's also a very fine Division I prospect. Of course, Stevens, the Decatur Central quarterback, committed to play for Kevin Wilson at IU. However, this Whiteland team has only completed 12 passes all season. They have a 7-to-1 rush-pass ratio, and it just so happens that defend the rush is what the Quakers do best on defense. So that plays into their favor, and this is also a Whiteland team that is adjusting to the loss of their leading receiver and leading return man, Isaiah Callaway.
Yeah, we'll get to Callaway in a minute, but let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about Plainfield. They're coached by head coach Brian Woodard in his 9th year at the helm of Plainfield with a combined record of 57-40. The Quakers come in ranked 123rd in the state. You could check out the archive podcast of the Brian Woodard Show on AudioSportsOnline.net under the Plainfield tab. Coach Woodard wants his team to play hard, smart, and together to kind of close out the year, much like they did against Franklin Community. Jacob Maple did get hurt in the game against Franklin Community, which was a part of the reason why he left the game early, but he's fine. It was kind of precautionary to keep him out of it. But with the way Foster has been running, Coach really didn't think there was a reason to do it.
No, there wasn't. Dylan Foster was just extraordinary last week. Obviously 3 touchdowns, and at that we will take a pause for the national anthem. Thank you to the Plainfield Marching Band for that rendition of the national anthem. And now we've got 6:05 on the pregame clock here. And JP, this in some ways is the reverse of last season for Plainfield. Last season they started off red hot, 4-1. They had a lot of seniors in the starting lineup. Then they struggled with injuries, lost their last 5. This year it looks like they're in sharp contrast, getting hot at the right time. They started off 1-5. They've been steadily improving, though, and then last week got a big conference road win on the road at Franklin, and now tonight they're playing against a team that's tough but certainly beatable.
I do apologize for the fly that slowly worked its way across the screen a moment ago, but like you and I talked about this prior to the game. We do feel like Plainfield, if they're going to have a chance in sectionals, are peaking at the right time. And particularly if they get Jacob Maple healthy and Dylan Foster, that 1-2 running punch, that's what they had last year. If they can get something like that going into sectionals, depending on how the draw is, they have a good chance of picking up a sectional victory.
Well, that's right. Last year, Jacob Maple, who was a sophomore, and Josh Miller, who was a senior, were an extraordinary combination. I saw them back in week 1 last year. They got a really big win on the road at Columbus North, who's a Class 6A team. But when Miller went down in Game 7 or 8, that really threw off their offensive balance. And combined with Morgan Hagee being out and not having an adequate kicker to replace him, they just really lost a lot of games that they should have won, including that sectional game that I covered up at Lebanon. And so this year, if they are healthy, then they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. Not only, if they have the 2, top flight running backs healthy with Foster and Maple, but also when even one of those guys is running on all cylinders, that makes the fullback Tristan Southwood a much more effective player. Southwood had an excellent game, his best of the season so far, because when you have the halfback who's attracted the attention, that opens a lot of holes for Southwood.
Well, let's go and take a look at Whiteland. This is a strong Whiteland team that's been a perennial contender in the Mid-State Conference to try and get that crown. They're coached by Darren Fisher in his 10th year. He is 70-41 in those years. The Warriors entered tonight 4-3 on the season. They're averaging close to 31 points per game and giving up only 26. You look at those 3 losses. One of those losses was a 1-point loss to Center Grove, who's a very good team.
Oh, yeah.
And their other 2 losses were to a top-ranked Avon team, who's going to be really good, I think, going into sectionals, and a very good Decatur Central team, which we both know to be a very good team. So to me, those are kind of quality losses. They're still losses, nonetheless, but they're quality losses.
Yeah, they are. I mean, Whiteland has been competitive, throughout the season. Even like you pointed out, their losses. They've been a consistently winning program under Darren Fisher, who came over after doing a very good job here in Hendricks County over at Cascade, just down the road in Clayton, and They won the sectional last season and then went on and they were competitive with the eventual state champion Cathedral in the regional before losing. And this year, they're actually a pretty young team. I mean, their starting quarterback, Jace Carpenter, is only a sophomore. You look at their, rushing attack. You've got Chris Robinson, Brandon Patterson, and Shaw Cloud are all juniors. Only Brandon Benson is a senior among their offensive stars. Anthony Schatz also a sophomore. So this is a team as good as they are this year. They're going to be even better a year from now, and definitely one of the top teams here in the Mid-State Conference.
Well, one of the seniors that they did have on this team that gave him some experience was Isaiah Calloway, the 6'3", 181 junior wideout and return specialist. He is no longer with the team and will not be seen here tonight.
Yeah, certainly that's a crucial loss. And Callaway actually had better statistics the last 2 seasons, in which he had Adam Gutermuth and Donnie Richard respectively throwing in the ball. This year with a sophomore quarterback who that's Jace Carpenter. He's only completed 12 of 42 passes on the season. 8 of those completions, by the way, were to Callaway, and he was averaging a whopping 22 yards a reception. But yeah, he is no longer with the team. We don't have a lot of details on it, but he is someone who's being recruited by Ohio State, by IU, by Ball State, by Purdue, so certainly he will be deeply missed. And that means that the receivers who are dressing tonight have a combined 4 receptions through the first 7 games. So with the Warriors having already a 7-to-1 rush-pass ratio, you can bet they're going to be almost exclusively working on the ground tonight.
That's something they saw against Franklin Community last night, in which they got the victory. It did Plainfield. Let's go talk a little bit about the weather as Plainfield is marching their way onto the field. It is around 55 degrees here at kickoff, with winds out of the northeast at 8 miles per hour. It has been raining pretty much all day on and off, and there's a good chance of continued showers at some point during the course of the game. You see the umbrellas out really right in front of us, and surprisingly a pretty good turnout in the Plainfield home stands, all things considered, here at senior night, and surprisingly also a good turnout for Whiteland across the way. So
yeah, you see a lot of Whiteland fans. We got in the neighborhood of 100 who made the trip for probably about half an hour drive or so, probably more like 45 minutes in that 465 traffic. And then we've got maybe a couple of thousand fans here on the Plainfield side. It's not raining heavily, but we've had a lot of drizzle, and it's been a pretty depressing day. Not a lot of sunlight, and temperatures hovering in the 50s. Supposed to be down in the 40s later on. But nevertheless, this is a great senior class. The senior class that's played through a lot of adversity throughout their 4 years here, throughout a lot of injuries, and had a lot of bad luck. But, you've got Morgan Hagee, the kicker, who's on his way to Ball State. You have Tristan Southwood, who's really been a workhorse. A very unheralded but productive career here for the Quakers. And, also should mention Garrett Patton, also the wide receiver, who's missed, I believe, the entire season with injury. He did great things as a sophomore and junior. And a whole bunch of others who we don't have time to name, but, it's great to see we got such a, nice crowd here enduring the weather and giving these seniors, hopefully a positive send-off.
Plainfield won the toss and elected to kick, so Whiteland will receive first. Let's go ahead and talk about that Whiteland offense. Their quarterback is Jace Carpenter, a sophomore, 5'9", 149 pounds. He has, as we talked about, only 12 of 42 on the year, passing the ball for 292 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. His go-to targets will be Chris Richardson, and is the split end, a junior, 5'9", 150 pounds. The flanker is going to be 5'10", 165-pound junior, Brandon Patterson. Up front on that line is Parker Bliff, the 6', 292 junior. Tyler Johnson is at the left guard position. He's a 294-pound, 6'4 junior. Jake Slayer will be the center, 6'1", 260. He's also a junior. Austin Bates will be the right guard, 5'9", 214 pounds. He's a junior. And then senior Tim Henson will be the right tackle. He's a senior as well, 6'1", 241 pounds. The main go-to handoff people are going to be Anthony Shantz, a 5'10", 170 sophomore. He has 64 rushes on the year for 390 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 1 fumble. Shaw Cloud will also receive some touches, as well as Brandon Benson. And then the tight end is Bryce Stalker, the 6'3", 256 senior. We'll get to the Plainfield defense momentarily as Morgan Hagee is set to kick it away for Plainfield. Back deep to return is Jacob Ballin and Brandon Patterson. And it's taken at the 10-yard line by Patterson, and he cuts it over to the right side across the 20, almost to the 25 before he's pushed out.
Well, that's a nice start there to the game for the Warriors. You know, Isaiah Callaway, besides being a wide receiver extraordinary, he was also the team's leading kickoff returner, averaging an extraordinary 42 yards, a kickoff return. So, it's great to see that, they were able to fill in with somebody who got a solid return in his own right.
Check that. That was Shaw Cloud on the carry. For the Plainfield defense up front, they have junior Matt Muller, the 6'2", 220. Bryce Biddle and Roger Roy also up front. Handoff for Carpenter goes straight ahead and for a gain of about 5 yards to Shantz.
Who is that? Shantz? That's a good start for the offense. Once again, the Warriors have only thrown 42 passes on the season, so and especially with Callaway gone, you can bet they're going to have extremely few passes tonight.
Carpenter this time goes under center to running backs behind him. In the jet sweep, they hand off straight ahead for Shaw Cloud. Gets ahead for a gain of 3. Check that. That was Shantz once again on the carrier.
So it's going to be 3rd and short here.
But we talked about Bryce Biddle up front. 64 tackles, leads that defensive line. He has 6 for loss, 2 forced fumbles, 5 recovered fumbles, and 1 sack. So he's done a pretty good job. And Roger Roy got to start last week. He'll get to start again here tonight.
Whiteland. Then don't forget Biddle also has 2 rushing touchdowns.
Yep, that's correct. And on the offensive side, when he's checked in at fullback, Whiteland does run a little bit of a jet sweep, as you see right there, as the handoff goes to Shantz on the right side. And up ahead for the first down and a little bit more, about 4 yards past the first down marker. So about a gain of, let's call it 7 from where he was.
So they're 3 for 3, and they give him credit for 7.
So Roger Roy on that defensive line, since he started, has been absolutely terrific up front, Leck.
Yeah, and now the Warriors now already up to the 50. 3 rushes by Shantz for a total of 14 yards.
Patterson in motion. He will receive it on the jet sweep and gets ahead for a gain of 3. He has 55 rushes on the year for 461 yards, an 8-yard average off of that sweep play. But Plainfield only held him to about 3, maybe 4 yards there.
Yeah, they're marking it down 2nd and 7 at the 47.
We will typically see a lot of motion in the backfield for this Whiteland offense off of that sweep play. We'll get to the linebacker core for Plainfield here momentarily. 2nd and 7 on the 47 of Plainfield. Whiteland still driving. Patterson once again in motion. This time the handoff goes straight ahead to Shaw Cloud on the carry for a gain of, call it 3.
Yeah, that's
maybe 4.
First carry of the game.
So Shaw Cloud ahead for a gain of 4, and that'll bring out 3rd down. In that linebacker core, Tevin Tomlinson, the junior, 5'10", 205. Hunter Lyford, 5'7", 210, is also a junior. He replaces Luke Miller. Not that Miller's injured. They just kind of switched roles between who was the backup and who wasn't. Seth Knuckles, also the 6'1", 200 senior, and Coy Anderson, 5'7", 170 junior. This time the handoff goes to Patterson, who slips behind the line of scrimmage. He tries to drive for it, but I don't think he got there on the carry.
He's going to be at least, I'd say, 2 yards short. Is that Patterson?
Correct. That was Patterson on the sweep. So we'll see what Plainfield and Darren Fisher decide, or excuse me, Whiteland and Darren Fisher decide to do on 4th and short.
Yeah, it seemed to be, well, they're marking him up for 4th and 1, so they gave him a little better spot than I thought.
With the forward progress, it'll be 4th and call it 1. And it looks like Whiteland will go for it. They're in that little bit of median where you're out of field goal range. Doing a punt's really not going to do you much good either, so you might as well go for it. Patterson once again, the man in motion. Handoff goes straight ahead to Cloud. And he gets the first down and more as he cuts it over to the right side for a pretty big gain on 4th down.
So, yeah, that's they've, they're doing what we expected, which is just rush, and then rush some more. As Cloud now 2 carries for 12 yards.
Corey Bennett's in the defensive backfield at the left cornerback spot. He's 6'1", 155 sophomore. Leading tackler on the team's Dayton Clemens at the strong safety position. He's a 5'11", 185 senior. He leads the team with 71 tackles. get to the free safety and right corner back here in a minute. Patterson gets it on once again, another sweep. Gets a little bit of an alley on the left side, still on his feet, up ahead across the 31. For a gain of about 5 is Patterson. Based on that little bit of a flex bone jet sweep offense that they run, it's kind of hard to see where the ball is going to go.
And here's a key stat from the first 4 minutes of this game. 8 plays from scrimmage for Whiteland, 8 rushes, and 2 guys with 3 each, and then another guy with 2, so it's very balanced so far.
Very, very balanced rushing attack.
Yeah.
2 split backs once again for Carpenter under center. And the handoff this time goes over to the right side. Or check that. Handoff went straight ahead. See, it fooled me that time. Shaw Cloud on the carry for a gain of, call it 3.
Yeah, it seems weird, as a Colts fan, to see number 18 actually wearing a number 18
running down the field.
Back. Yeah.
Free safety Mark Doms out there, 6', 180 senior. And the freshman Tyler Maple, brother of Jacob Maple, at the other cornerback position. He's a 6'1", 170-pound. He has 17 tackles on the season. Benson in motion. Handoff goes straight to... Nope, it does go to Benson. This is going to be tough to follow.
Yeah.
Handoff does go to Benson on the right side for the first down as he gets ahead for once again, an intermediate gain. As you said, it's nothing but rush here for Whiteland.
Yep, 10 plays, 10 rushes, 3 guys with 3 apiece, and now on that play, Brandon Benson with his first rush of the game.
Yeah, it's 36. That's his 37th rush of the year. He came into the game with 196 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a fumble. Carpenter once again goes under center. Shantz and Cloud behind him. Benson the motion man. And handoff once again goes up ahead.
Is that Benson? Oh, Shantz, okay. He got the first 3 carries, now another one. So they give him credit for 3. He has 17 now on 4 carries.
Interesting seeing how Plainfield will line up defensively. I'd imagine you start stacking the box at some point and try and force Carpenter to make a play downfield because they still do have a couple players in the deep backfield, does Plainfield. This time they throw over to the left side. It's dropped, and it'll be an incomplete pass. Intended target that time was Benson on the left side. So the first passing play doesn't go for much of anything, and that'll bring out third and call it 6.
Well, he's only completed 28% of his passes on the season, so it's unlikely he's going to be throwing much tonight. I mean, after going on the ground on your first
8.
Yeah, let's see. First 11 plays, it was worth a chance trying to catch him off guard, but it didn't work.
Carpenter once again goes under center here on 3rd and 7 on this Plainfield 16-yard line. And a little shovel pass out to the right side for Shantz. Still a rush play. Shantz rushes ahead for a gain of, call it 3, but it will bring out 4th down.
So it looks like I don't see, no, it looks like the field goal unit is coming in now as they give Shantz credit for 3 yards.
Ball Lane is the place kicker for this Warrior team. He is 0 of 3 on field goal attempts so far on the year.
So, yeah, don't be surprised then if this is a fake, especially under these weather conditions. This would be a 30-yarder. They've used over half of the quarter on this opening drive. 5:15 to go now.
Ballin gets set. Snap is there. Kick is up. And has the distance. And it looks good.
He hit it.
Ballin gets his first field goal of the year to give the Whiteland Warriors the lead 3-0 here at the 5:02-minute mark in the first quarter.
Well, certainly overall a success for the Warriors. They, of course, would rather have had the touchdown, but still they consumed over an eighth of this game, 6 minutes and 58 seconds to be exact, here in the first quarter. And now we'll get our first look, barring an onside kick, like we saw from Pat McAfee last night. We were about to get our first look of the game at the Quaker offense, and we'll see how they respond.
Well, we'll go ahead and get those starters up front. They have Alex Ray, a 5'11", 240 senior. Jacob Morris, the 5'10", 260 junior. Jacob Spray at the center position, 5'11", sophomore, 260. Connor Kennedy, the freshman at right guard, 5'11", 230. 260 Nolan Russell, the 6'3" senior, will be the right tackle. Ballin set to kick it deep. Back deep to return for Plainfield is Clayton White and Dayton Clemens. We'll get to the rest of those starters for Plainfield here momentarily. Ballin's kick is away, driven low to about the 8-yard line where Dayton Clemens takes it, across the 20, up ahead to the 30 before he's finally hit and brought down. So that's where the Quaker offense will start. Quarterback Colin Nicewander is the junior, 5'10", 165 pounds. He is 39.94 on the year for 592 yards, 4 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. His go-to targets on the outside will be Dante Keys, the 5'10", 175 sophomore, and Clayton White, the junior, 140 pounds, 5'7". Tailback starting the game will be Dylan Foster, the 5'10", 158 junior. He has 53 carries on the year for 313 yards. I formation here, and Nicewander draws the flag. So the hard count throws Whiteland off, and it should be an encroachment penalty against Whiteland.
So it's a good start for the Quaker offense before they even take a snap. They've got a 1st and 5.
Well, 1st and 5 is a good place to start. It's better than 1st and 10.
Yeah, and of course they'll because they held the Warriors to a field goal. That means the Quakers will take the lead with the touchdown.
I formation, 2 receivers either side. Motion man Dante Keys from right to left. Now over on the left side, Nicewander will pitch it out to Dylan Foster, who rushes ahead for a gain of, call it, 3. So it'll be 2nd and, call it, they're only going to give him 2, so it'll be 3rd and, call it, 3.
I'll tell you, though, with what's impressed me the most about Dylan Foster there, as they credit him with 2, is how many yards he has after contact. I mean, so many times it looks like he's going to be brought down for little or no gain, and then he finds a way to, hack something out of it.
This time check that, that's Jacob Maple in there now, is the motion man. Handoff goes straight ahead to Southwood. I don't think he'll get there. He'll be spotted just short, so it'll be 3rd and, call it, 1. Yeah. And Southwood is the 5'10", 220 junior. He is the leading carrier on this Plainfield team.
Senior, actually.
You are correct.
Yep.
Senior. And Devin Spalding also out there at the tight end position.
So 3rd and 1 now. Hopefully the Quakers will get that yard, rather than go 3 and out on their first possession.
2 receivers near side. Pitch out goes to Dylan Foster. He cuts it back and spins move up the field. I thought he might have had it where the ref was originally standing, but they came back, and they're going to spawn it at the 40-yard line. I think that'll be just short.
Yeah, it looks like they are marking him right at the 40, which would be a yard short, which would means that it would count as no gain for Foster. Although I don't see... Do you see Hagee out on the field?
Nope, Nicewander's still out there.
Okay.
So it looks like Plainfield's going to play aggressive and go for it. Gavin Ritter comes near side. Tight formation up front in the jumbo set. I formation. Nicewander once again under center. He'll hand off straight ahead to Dylan Foster. Puts his head down and plows ahead for the first down.
Yeah, so they did get the first down. A brave call there by Coach Woodard at their own 40. Going for it on 4th down. So now they're going to credit Foster with 3, and so the Quakers keep the drive alive, and they especially need to do that. The way that these Warriors can run time off the clock, eat up drives, you don't want to have any empty possessions tonight.
Ritter, far side. Braden Royer, near side. Seen a little bit of action. Ritter, the motion man, I formation. Handoff once again goes to Foster. Gets hit as he crosses the line of scrimmage. Still on his feet, plowing ahead. Carrying tacklers all the way down to about the 49-yard line.
Well, like I said, yards after contact. That's the key when it comes to Dylan Foster. He got at least 5 there, maybe 6. Yeah, they give him credit for 6. Yeah.
This Whiteland defense plays in the 4-3 up front. They have senior Austin Browning. He's 212 pounds, 5'10". Skylar Hall, senior 5'11", 211, 5'11 is his height. Ryder Emberton, the sophomore, 5'11", 223 pounds. And Trevor Warner, the 6', 225 senior. Nicewander takes it, looks to throw, looks near side, has a man, and that is Dante Keys, who gets ahead to about the 42, maybe the 41, depending on the spot.
Got a first down, nevertheless.
In
that Keys who had the catch?
Correct. It was Gavin. Dante Keys.
Yeah.
Excuse me. In the linebacker core for Whiteland, Nick Ratty, the 5'10", 225 senior. He leads the team with 71 tackles. Cole Carpenter, senior, 5'11", 206. They run a little bit of a 4-4. It's really interesting to watch their defensive formation. We'll get to the rest here momentarily as Nicewander takes it, hands off to Dylan Foster, puts his head down, and is carried for about 4 yards going across that Whiteland line. Whiteland saying they have the ball. No indication yet from the ref. Anytime the ball comes out, even if the play's blown dead, typically you're going to see a team pointing one way.
Yeah, no.
His progress, I thought, had been at least stopped.
I thought so, but, the referees decided not. And I'll tell you, this puts the Quakers in a precarious position because, like I said, the Warriors ate up 6:58 on their first possession. So if they do that again and get a touchdown, then that means the Quakers would be well into the second quarter down by 2 possessions, and that is not a good position to be in against a team that eats up clock like this Whiteland team.
Well, the other linebackers for the Whiteland defense, Kyle Harmoning, 6'2", 205 senior, and senior Kevin Starnes, 5'10", 159 pounds. In the defensive backfield is 5'8", 166-pound Brody Rice, and also G-Man Ogega, the 5'10", 141-pound sophomore, as a flag flies on the first down play for Whiteland. And then Gabe Clippert's also in that defensive backfield, 6', 163-pound senior.
Here's the key stat for Whiteland coming into tonight: 294 rushes, 2,069 yards, and even 7 yards a carry. Now all you have to do is average 3.4 a carry
to get your first downs.
So they're averaging a little over twice that.
So after the penalty, the false start penalty, it'll back Whiteland up even further, and it'll be 1st and 20.
So 4 different Warriors carried the ball and it combined 11 times on that drive that produced the field goal.
Split back.
12.
Split backs once again. Peterson on the sweep. Handoff goes to Cloud. He has a hole. Gets across the 40, 45, 50. One man to beat before he's finally pushed out, and that is Mark Dom. And that crosses the 50 in Plainfield territory after a big gain from Cloud.
Yeah, he got... they gave him a little better spot than I thought, so that's going to be about 26 yards there by Shaw Cloud. That's the longest play from scrimmage all night by either team. Yeah, they do give him credit for 26.
I believe that fumble was Dylan Foster's first of the year.
I'm almost certain that it was. I'd have to check my stat sheet, but yeah, I don't recall him ever fumbling, and you and I have called every game that he's been in this season.
Patterson near side, 2 receivers to the far side. Patterson the motion man. Handoff goes straight ahead to Cloud. I think he lost it. Plainfield has it. So Cloud dropped it, and as it slipped out of his hands, Plainfield quickly got on it, and we'll have the fumble recovery. I didn't see which Plainfield player came up with it, but best guess is probably Hunter Lyford, who's getting the most praise on the sidelines right now.
So was that Cloud who fumbled?
Cloud is the one who fumbled it.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you that's an odd turn of events. On consecutive possessions, the leading rusher for each team makes a fumble that's recovered by the opponent.
Like you said, it is wet out there.
Yes,
it's not as bad as it was against Franklin Community, or last week, I should say. Nicewander hands off to Dylan Foster, hits the line of scrimmage, still on his feet, and refusing to go down as he gets ahead for a gain of, call it 3. But that was a very tough fought 3 yards there by Dylan Foster.
Yeah, well, Foster has gotten a lot of tough yards this season, and I'll tell you, if he had not stepped up, who knows where this team would be right now, because they were, their offense was just in such a shambles through no fault of their own. It was just injuries, and more injuries.
Clayton White, the wideout on the near side. Dante Keys is far side. Nicewander under center in the I formation. Dante Keys comes in motion from left to right. Pitch out goes to Jacob Maple, who rushes ahead for a gain of, call it 6, and that'll be 3rd and 1.
It's a nice gain by Maple, his first rush of the game. He was limited to only 3 carries last week because of a minor injury, although certainly they didn't need him with Dylan Foster having an extraordinary game, including those 3 touchdowns. So Maple getting 6 on his first rush of the game.
Senior Cameron DeRoche checks in, 6'4", 210, backup tight end. as the play call comes in.
It looks like they're just going to let the clock run out in the quarter.
There is only 8
left.
seconds and only 9 on the play clock, so about a second differential.
Well, only 7:24 when we ended the first quarter. That's
a fast-moving game. So after one, Whiteland is up 3-0 over Plainfield, but Plainfield has the ball. We've seen a couple of fumbles. But let's go ahead and take a timeout to thank some of our sponsors, and we'll start with our friends at the Hendricks County Flyer. I want to thank them. They've helped make tonight's video webcast possible. Please check them out online as well as view tonight's game at flyergroup.com.
Motion 360 by Hendricks Regional Health provides care for the way you were meant to move. We care for every muscle, bone, and joint in your body to get you back to the activities you love. Get more information online at mymotion360.org. That's mymotion360.org.
Established in 1882 as Harris Bank and owned by BMO Financial Group since 1984, BMO Harris Bank has grown to become one of the largest banks in the Midwest, serving personal, commercial, and affluent customers. They are located in Plainfield at 2609 East Main. For more information, call them at 839-3501.
Rhodes & Kinsley LLP are CPAs and financial advisors. In business since 1990, they handle individual and business tax and accounting work. Located at 8315 West 10th Street in Indianapolis, you can call 271-1040. That's 271-1040 to set up an appointment. Well, back here at Plainfield, we're getting ready to start the second half with your Quakers trailing Whiteland 3-0, but they have the ball in Warrior territory, and we got a flag.
I didn't see who moved.
Nor did I. But it is going to be against the Quakers, nevertheless.
So that'll back them up 10 yards and make it a...
no, just 5.
Nope, just 5 yards,
yeah.
Excuse me. So it'll still make it third and call it 6, maybe 7.
Yeah. I'll tell you, one Quaker senior I do want to mention that I neglected to earlier on, John Finch, who got injured the first play from scrimmage in the
the
Mooresville game the week before that.
Yeah, that's right.
He's over there. You might see him, JP, by the 20 in a wheelchair. I knew he was injured. I didn't realize it was that serious. So certainly our hearts go out to him. We are glad to see him there on the sideline, though, and wish him a full recovery. Not the way he wanted to spend his senior season. He was the team's leading rusher, by the way, at the time of that injury.
And Plainfield takes a timeout, so we will take one as well. Copyco Office Solutions is a local Xerox dealership. They sell and service copiers and printers and provide a wide variety of technology solutions, providing and supporting all your business technology needs. Copyco is located at 2920 Fortune Circle West, Suite C. Call 241-5800 or stop by Monday through Friday from 8 to 5.
Avon Dental Center has provided custom-made mouthguards to the football team for the second consecutive year and are celebrating their 20th year in business. They are located at 7517 Beechwood Center Road, that's 7517 Beechwood Center Road, Suite 100 in Avon, and they can be reached at 272-8100, that's 272-8100.
Stop by and visit American Family Insurance, Doug Hawk Agency, Inc. at 704 North Carr Road in Plainfield. You can reach them at 839-9445. Stop in Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 to discuss your insurance needs.
Well, back here at Plainfield, we're set to start the second quarter with your Quakers trailing the visiting Whiteland Warriors 3-0. They have the ball, though. It's 3rd and 6 at the Warrior 47.
Nicewander takes it, fakes the handoff, rolls over to his left side, looking downfield, can't find anything, and it's going to be intercepted, but a flag flies as getting pushed in the back as he went up to get it was Clayton White. So that one should be against Whiteland.
Yeah, Nicewander's only thrown 2 interceptions prior to tonight, and I don't think this one's going to count.
Yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure Clayton White got pushed in the back, so it should be pass interference against Whiteland. We'll see what the official call is, but...
Yeah, if so, it'll be a first down.
And that is what the call is, so that'll be a first down for Plainfield and move the chains.
But yeah, John Finch, I'll tell you, I remember that night when he got injured. It was just a week, 2 weeks after Maple got injured, and it just seemed to suck the life out of the team for that game. And it started off that 2-game stretch where they only scored 9 points, all on field goals. But with Maple getting back, and especially with Dylan Foster emerging, they finally managed to fill that rushing gap.
Braden Royer near side, 2 receivers to the right. High snap. Nicewander takes it, hands it off. after the high snap from the shotgun. I didn't see the carry was. It is Jacob Maple.
Maple with his second carry of the game.
So a gain of maybe 1 on that play for Maple. They're going to say no game. So
yeah.
That'll be 2nd and 10.
Maple 2 for 6 now.
Clayton White near side. Dante Keys in the slot. Otherwise, tight end formation close. Dante Keys motion man, and once again movement up front. And that one's going to be against Plainfield. As movement came early that time from Alex Ray.
Yeah, we went well over halfway into the first quarter before we had our first penalty, and now, they're starting to pile up again. God, I'll never forget. I think,
was it the Mooresville game?
Yeah, the Mooresville game. I think we had 4 of the first 5, plays from scrimmage.
That one was bad. I remember that.
Yeah, that was just a bad game all around.
Well, not unless your name's Fabert.
Yeah.
Nice Wonder pitches it over to the left side for Jacob Maple, trying to set the edge and getting across to about the 39, maybe the 40.
Yeah, he got picked up a few yards, but it's still going to be 3rd and long.
I don't think he got anything.
They marked him out at the 40, so he's got at least 3 yards, maybe 4. Yeah, they're marking him at the 39.
But it was 2nd and 10, then it's still 3rd and 10.
No, it was second and 15.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So they just had the false start. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, no problem.
That's why I bring you along.
Yeah, 2 outs are better than 1. So
3rd and call it 11 now.
That was Maple, right?
That was Maple.
Okay.
Maple, the motion man, over to the right side. Nice Wonder takes it, rolls over to the right side, looking downfield, has pressure, throwing now, and has his man right at the end of it, and it will be a catch. So Dante Keys gets it on the reception for the first down right at the line, and good footwork that time by Dante Keys to keep his feet in bounds.
Yeah, sure is. So Keys with 2 early receptions. They're going to give him credit for, I think, 16 on that one. So Nice Wonder completing his first 2 passes.
2 receivers near side this time for Plainfield. Whiteland once again in their 4-4 with only 3 in the back. Nice Wonder fakes it. Once again rolls over. This time to the left side. Has a man, but it's Clayton White. Couldn't reel it in.
It was a little
low, but Clayton White should have had it.
Yeah, it was catchable.
I think White turned his head upfield before he reeled that one in fully.
When I think about that, I always think about Eli Conlon in that Roncalli game last year where he was wide open, and he, like you said, he just started running to the end zone before he got his grip on it. That was when the Tommy Stevens sent Conlon deep in a crafty play.
Clayton White near side this time. Motion man is, I believe, Gavin Ritter. Nice Wonder under center. Hands off this time to Dylan Foster. Works his way outside, and he's brought down on a nice open field tackle before he gets to the 20. Tackle made that time by Chase Jones.
Yeah, Dylan Foster still hasn't had a big breakthrough rush tonight, but he's looked okay. And, yeah, they're going to give him credit for 3 there. And they are in Hagee's range now. I don't know how much the rain will affect their field goal strategy.
I don't think that affects Hagee much at all. We saw it against Franklin Community. He hit that 35-yarder.
Yeah, and it would be 37 from here. 3rd and 7 now.
Gavin Ritter, the motion man this time. Nice Wander under center. Pitches out right side to Dylan Foster. Tries to spin his way through the line of scrimmage. Gets ahead for a gain of maybe 1, possibly 2. But either way, it'll bring out 4th down and the field goal unit.
So now Morgan Hagee playing his last regular season game, maybe his last game ever here at Plainfield, going for a field goal as they give Foster credit for 1. He's 8 for 19 so far. Still hasn't had a breakthrough. But Hagee headed for Ball State. Now it is possible, it's all the luck of the draw, it is possible the Quakers will host a playoff game. We'll have to wait and see. Is this draw going to be on this Sunday?
I believe it is this weekend. I couldn't tell you where it is. I know you can check WIBC. Low snap and no good.
That was not Hagee's fault, though. The holder fumbled the snap, and then he got it up in time for Hagee to make the kick, but he did not have a clean contact on it.
Yeah, Nice Wonder just couldn't quite get it down for Hagee. That's only his 2nd missed field goal of the year. So he is now 8 of 10.
Yeah, and then the other miss was from 53 or 54. It should be noted.
Yeah. And he does have a long of 49 on the season.
So I mean, he's very well earned that Division 1A scholarship.
So it'll be a turnover, and Whiteland now has it. See if I can keep up with this rushing attack from Whiteland better. Patterson, the motion man. Handoff goes to Patterson on the right side, and he's brought down for a loss in the backfield. Good job that time by Plainfield and this defense to disrupt the play in the backfield for a loss of maybe one.
Yeah, they really need to, hold the. At the very least, they need to keep the Warriors out of the end zone on this drive, if not, without any points whatsoever, because you don't want to fall down 2 possessions against a team that consumes the clock the way that this Warriors team does.
Speaking of the clock, 8:43 left to go in the second quarter. 2nd and 11 on the Whiteland 19-yard line. Carpenter takes it and will hand off to Shots.
Looks like that's 2 consecutive losses. I mean, they might give him forward progress back to the line of scrimmage, but I think it's going to be a slight loss there for Shots.
Yep, that was Shots on the carry, and that'll be a loss as well. So Plainfield, 2 straight plays has driven this Whiteland Warrior team backwards.
Shantz, so I forgot to say the N. It's Shantz, not Shots. So my apologies if you're his grandparents listening to the game.
I forgive you. 2 receivers to the right side for Whiteland. Motion man once again is Patterson. Handoff goes up the middle, though, to, I believe, Shantz. Nope, check that. Shaw Cloud. So Cloud on the carry gets ahead for a gain of, call it 3, but it'll be 4th down, and Ballin will be on to punt it. Callaway was the punter for this Whiteland team, but with him no longer on the team, Jacob Ballin takes over those duties. He has 3 punts on the year for a 36-yard average, so this one travels 36 yards only. It'll set Plainfield up in excellent field position.
And that was an excellent stand there by the
Quaker
defense. Yeah.
Ballin takes it high, very, very short. Coy Anderson will let it roll. It takes a Whiteland, very friendly Whiteland bounce.
Great Whiteland bounce, yeah.
And that'll go all the way to about the 35-yard line in Plainfield territory, and that's where Plainfield has it.
So that ends up being a 41-yard punt, but that was not a particularly good punt. I mean, and obviously Callaway leaves a lot of holes to be filled.
So Plainfield will take over. They have yet to score here in this one. 7:08 left to go in the second.
By the way, in NBA preseason action at the end of the first quarter.
Oh, I don't know if I want to hear this.
No, it's good.
I'm going to cover my ears and say la 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 la.
Okay. Now the Pacers lead the Magic 27-14.
I have it recording. That's why I said that.
Okay. All right. So for the viewers, I think most of them.
No, you could spoil it. It's fine. Huge Pacer fan right here.
Yeah, me too.
So Nice Wonder will pitch it out to Dylan Foster. Cuts up the middle of the field quite nicely across the 40. Up ahead to about the 41
already
for a nice 5-yard gain.
Yeah, that was a nice play there by Foster. They're giving him credit for 6. That's his. That ties his long of the game. He's now 9 for 25.
Maple checks into the game now for Plainfield in replace of Foster. Clayton White comes near side. Dante Keys in the slot. I formation once again for Plainfield up front. Nice Wander takes it, and they'll hand off to Maple, who plows ahead for maybe a gain of 1.
Yeah, Maple's biggest heroics this season have been through the air.
Yeah, receiving the ball.
Yeah, he's had touchdown receptions of 69 and 70.
Tackle made that time by Whiteland's Nick Ratty, senior, 5'10", 225. He has 71 tackles on the season, 2 sacks, 2 interceptions, and 1 fumble recovery.
3 wide receivers, you don't see the Quakers do that much.
Nice Wander in the shotgun and almost drew Whiteland on the hard count. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the right for Nice Wander. Takes it, rolling backwards, and it's a screen pass, but it's played perfectly by Ratty as he tackles Maple down for maybe a loss of 1 on the play.
Yeah, so that's Maple with his first reception of the game. Keys had the first 2 receptions for the Quakers.
Yeah, the play never really developed that time, and Nice Wander kind of was backpedaling when he threw it on the screen pass to Maple, and Maple just had absolutely nowhere to go. As soon as he caught it, he was hit, and that'll force the Hagee punt. Clippert stands at about the 31. Almost blocked, but Hagee gets it away. Clippert will call for the fair catch. He muffs it, and Whiteland recovers, though.
Yeah. It's a good kick by Hagee, and, the near, and, that's the one thing with the wet ball. We're going to see probably some miscues, maybe not as many as we did last week. Of course, the kind of offense that Franklin runs, with all the pitchbacks, that certainly, worked against their favor last week.
Yeah, we talked about that multiple times last week in that game. Whiteland, though, with that sweep, it's a little bit more of it's a different kind of handoff, but it's still a handoff. So, ball goes back to Whiteland. They have it 1st and 10 on their own 25-yard line. Patterson once again goes on the sweep and will take it. Couldn't find the ball, so I'm guessing Patterson ended up with it on the sweep for a gain of 1. Yep, it was Patterson on the rush for a gain of 1.
Yeah, Patterson's not rushed real well tonight. He has 5 now for a total of 10.
Yeah, you almost never know who's going to have it. If you look down at your spot chart like you're doing, like I do, to try and see who's in motion, next thing you know, that ball's in someone else's hands.
That's exactly right, yeah, and that's, so it's to the Quakers' credit that they've been containing this offense so far.
Cloud gets on the carry, gets ahead for a big gain of about, call it 7 yards on the carry, up ahead to about the 35-yard line.
And they already have 3 players with at least 5 carries now.
Check that. They're going to mark that just shy of the 35 at the 34.
So that'll be a gain of 7 there by Schatz. He now is 7 for 27, just under 4 a carry.
Whiteland huddles up, trying to run some more time off this clock, which stands at about 4:10.
Why is the clock stopped?
It was out of bounds.
Oh, okay. I didn't catch that. Okay. Yeah, that's right. It was. I forgot.
Patterson once again, the motion man. He gets on the handoff and gets ahead across the 40 for the first down, and he might have gotten out of bounds once again to stop the clock.
Yeah, the on that first drive of the game, the Warriors they rushed fairly well, but they just never got that breakthrough gain and ended up settling for the field goal. And then they've been well contained since then. The fumble and then the 3 and out. Who was that on the last carry?
Patterson.
Okay.
Patterson once again in motion, and handoff goes once again to him. Has a seam, cross the 50, and maybe ahead.
So 2 good
49.
After the slow start, that's 2 good rushes in a row for Patterson.
He only had 1 reception on the year coming into this game. He's going to do most of his damage from that sweep. Saw the Colts try and do a sweep on that 2-point conversion with T.Y. Hilton. That one didn't work out too well, though.
No. No, it didn't. But this is a team, only 1 pass so far tonight. They've only averaged 6 passes a game on the season.
Patterson does not take it this time. Carpenter looks to throw. He runs ahead for a gain of the first down, up ahead to about the 40.
Got a late flag.
Flag comes in late, so there is some laundry on the field.
Yeah, Carpenter is actually a very solid rusher in his own right. He's 34 for 153, 4.5 a carry on the season, as well as 2 touchdowns.
I'm at 3, but does have 2 fumbles.
Oh, yes, 2 fumbles, 3 touchdowns. Yeah, I read the wrong column. Sorry about that. So, 3 touchdowns. Again, I apologize to Jace's grandparents for shorting him a touchdown.
Those touchdowns matter.
Yeah. He's only a sophomore, too, so he's got a lot of time. Especially if he improves his passing, he's going to be dangerous the next couple of years.
Still have not seen any indication from the refs about what the flag is.
Yeah, we got 3 officials deliberating now. They break
backing the ball up, so it must be against Whiteland.
So that'll wipe out that quarterback keeper there from Carpenter.
So it'll be a hold against Whiteland, so that'll back him up. And it'll be 2nd and call it 2, maybe 3. 2nd and 3. So Carpenter goes under center. Split backs once again. Patterson in motion. And Shantz has it on the carry, gets the first down, and basically up ahead to where the ball was before the penalty.
Yeah, that's a nice run there by Shantz. He's starting to get going here after that slow start.
So that'll bring out 1st and 10 for the Warriors. Clock is stopped at 3:15 in the second. Whiteland leads 3-0 over Plainfield. Split backs once again for Carpenter under center. Patterson stands in the flanker position, now in motion. Handoff. I don't even see.
Great stop there.
I don't know how you're following the ball. I barely missed it, but it was a great stop by Tevin Tomlinson and Bryce Biddle, who combined on the tackle for the loss of 1. I didn't see who the carrier was.
It was Cloud.
It was Cloud.
Yeah. Stopped him dead in his tracks.
I must be going blind to my old age. I can't even follow the ball anymore.
I just, by coincidence, I happened to be looking right at it, so I was lucky. 2nd and 10 now.
Same formation. Carpenter once again under Patterson in motion. Patterson gets it on the carry, and he's gone to the end zone, and he turns on the Jets. So, first touchdown of the game goes to Whiteland, and they now lead 9-0 pending the PAT.
Well, now there's that 2-possession lead I talked about, so now the pressure goes on the Quakers offense to produce here.
They do have 2 minutes and 23 seconds to do it in, as well as 2 timeouts. Whiteland still has all 3 of theirs. Ball lane on to try the PAT. He's 20 of 23 on the year. It's up and in. So Plainfield hoping to get a quick answer here before the end of the halftime to carry some momentum into the locker room.
Yeah, now they do get the ball first to start the second half, which is especially important at this point. And they need something quickly because these I know I don't have any time of possession stats for this game.
Well,
but
yeah, I can tell you it's dominated by one side.
Yes, so the Quakers have got to get something going here, and if they fall down by 3 possessions, it's hard to think of any reasonable scenario in which they would come back. But if they get a score here and then, come out in the second half, have a chance to tie or take the lead, then this is anybody's game. But they can't go down, any further than they are against a team that runs out time the way that these Warriors do. These Warriors are, they milk the clock probably better than any team I've commentated this season.
Jacob Maple and Clayton White go back deep to return. Maple's dangerous in the return game. He's had some decent gains on the year. 3 kickoff returns for 63 yards. And ball lane doesn't have the best leg, so we'll see what happens.
He got that one pretty deep.
Gets it at the 5, does Maple, crosses the 15, now ahead to the 30. Has an edge, gets to the 40, kicker just to beat, and he's pushed out of bounds at the last minute. After the big-time return, the push-out was by Nick Ratty. He was really the last man beat besides the kicker.
Yeah, and so that's just the kind of momentum-building play they need. Now what they've got to do, get down, preferably a touchdown, but at least a field goal. Don't go into the locker room with a 2-possession deficit.
I'm not a jinx, I promise. I call it like I see it. 2 receivers far side for Plainfield. Nice wander under center. Motion man is Maple. He also goes to that right side. Screen pass is set up to Maple. Gets it and gets across the 50. Ahead to the 51 for a gain of 5. So to bring out 2nd and 5 for the Plainfield Quakers. Now in Whiteland territory.
Yeah, it's just the kind of play they need. And now nice wander, by the way, 4 of 5 through the air. As they, I'm sorry, that was actually a rush. Because that was slightly thrown backwards, but anyway, 2nd and 5 at the 49 nevertheless.
And this time it goes to Southwood, who's hit hard by Ratty as he crossed the line of scrimmage. Gets ahead for it. Maybe a gain of 1 or 2, though. But as hard as he got hit and as quickly as he got hit by Ratty flying across the line, it's amazing that Southwood was able to get anything on that gain.
Yeah, Southwood, he's a senior, 5'10", 220, an extremely tough kid. And they're giving him credit for 2. He also had 2 on his first rush. So crucial third down here for the Quakers, although I'd imagine they'd go for it on 4th.
Nicewander went to hand it off, but then
looks like he's got the first.
Dove for the first down on a little bit of a quarterback sneak. I don't think he expected someone to take it, but that person never came.
Yeah, it looked kind of like an impromptu rush there.
I think the play call for Nicewander was a Southwood rush. By the way, he quickly pulled it back after Southwood didn't take it.
So Nicewander 3 on his first carry, 56 seconds to go in the quarter now.
So
they do have all 3 timeouts. 2 of them, I'm sorry.
Plainfield looks to throw, and it's caught by Spalding for a gain of, call it 7, so it'll be 2nd and 3. 42 seconds remain on the clock.
This is not good clock management. 36 seconds ago. They still have 2 timeouts left.
You want to save 1 for a Hagee field goal, if nothing else. Maple takes it.
They're going to have to use it now.
A gain of maybe 2, and they do take a timeout.
And who is that on the carry?
Maple,
okay.
So 23.4 seconds remain on the clock. Whiteland's up 10-0. Quakers have it third and call it 2 when we come back. For more than 2 decades, Wicker Construction has engaged in building custom homes, remodeling and insurance repair, and handyman services, while exceeding client expectations and delivering projects with professionalism and integrity. Wicker Construction works closely with you, the client, to understand your lifestyle and construction needs. Their services include insurance repairs and restoration, hailstorm and weather-related repairs, remodeling services, new home construction. For more information, call Wicker Construction at 839-8353.
With Julia Berberich and Bud Green from Remax Centerstone, you can consider it sold. As a team, Julia and Bud have over 20 years of combined commercial and residential sales experience. Our team effort has brought many large-scale commercial projects to Plainfield, and Julia is a continued leader in residential sales across the county. Call Julia today at 317-754-5057. That's 317-754-5057, and let her make your next home purchase or selling experience as stress-free as possible.
Back here at Plainfield, 3rd and 1. Crucial third down play. Nicewander fakes the handoff, looks to throw. Looking downfield, takes a hit as he throws it. Has a man, it's Gavin Keys, Dante Keys, who is able to reel it inside the 10-yard line, up ahead to about the 5-yard line. Great job by Dante Keys keeping his head down, and very quickly, Nicewander brings it straight to the line. They still have a timeout.
They might as well spike it, though, since it's only first down, and you wouldn't get 4 plays off anyway, so that way you can save the timeout.
They quickly do rush up to the line and spike it. So that stops the clock at 14.5 seconds.
So Dante Keys, 3 receptions tonight.
He had only 3 receptions coming into tonight's game.
So definitely a breakout game for him.
Only a sophomore.
Yeah, certainly. Especially if Nicewander can improve his passing significantly for next season, that'll make Keys all the more dangerous a target.
It's 2nd and goal. The I don't know what you call it, the flag person, chain gang, hasn't showed it. But Nicewander looks to throw over the head.
Wide open.
Wide open was Devin Spalding right there in the end zone, but Nicewander just overthrew him.
Should have had it, by the way, in international soccer action, USA leads Ecuador 1-0 at the half.
They're still playing? I thought the World Cup was over.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a friendly or some other minor tournament, but nevertheless, good to see we're up. Over in Europe, they're qualifying for the 2016 European Championship, so I'm not sure what the Americans are doing now.
Nicewander once again goes under center. 11.2 seconds remain on the clock. Nicewander rolls to the left side, has a man, throws, and it's caught by Clayton White for the touchdown. So Clayton White gets the big reception for the touchdown to give the Quakers on the board and bring the score to 10-6 pending the PAT. They might go for 2 here with the momentum they currently have, or not.
No, I think they'll go for the 1 to make it a three-point game going into the locker room.
So Hagee on to try the PAT. He's perfect on the year on PAT attempts.
Hey, he's still perfect on extra points.
He did miss the field goal earlier. The hold is much better this time, and so is the PAT as it goes through. So the Quakers trail by just 3 now as we get set to close out the second quarter. 5 seconds remain on the clock. So we'll go ahead and thank some more of our sponsors. Special thanks to the Niagara Bottling Company, open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information on how they can get to work for you, please call 909-230-5000, extension 5912.
The Beacon Sign Company specializes in local high school sports and event signage needs. This is their 12th year of supporting the Red Pride football program. They are located at 9305 East U.S. Highway 36 in Avon. Call 272-2388. That's 272-2388 for all your signage needs. Or stop by Monday through Friday, 9 to 6. Well, back here at Plainfield, we're set to kick off with your Quakers now trailing only by 3 points following that touchdown pass of 5 yards from Colin Nicewander to Clayton White with 5.3 seconds to go here in the second quarter. And I expect that Hagee will probably squib this, and then presumably, barring a major return, the Warriors will down it.
No, it's not a squib. That one goes back deep and fielded by Patterson at about the 10. He crosses the 20. He has room on the left side. 30, 40, 50. Hagee's the last man to beat. Slows him up, but he's still on his feet. He hasn't been touchdown yet. And there he's touchdown at the 16-yard line.
That's why you got to squib it in that kind of situation. They averted a potential disaster there.
I think you said it, potential disaster right there, as that one was super close to being returned all the way for a touchdown.
Yeah. So, there aren't a lot of situations where it's going to need a squib, but that is one of them. They nearly wiped out, that entire last drive, in those few seconds. So it was a nice touchdown save there. I didn't catch who made the tackle, but
Hagee.
Oh, Hagee. Well, good job there. Showing a lot of toughness there. Hagee, not a big guy either, 5'11", 150. That's almost exactly my size.
So at the half, Whiteland leads 10-7. Let's go ahead and break down the first half. Whiteland really chewed up a lot of clock, but give credit to Plainfield. They got the job done late to make it get some momentum go into the second half.
Yeah, they sure did. They showed a lot of poise there on that last drive. Certainly it helped that they started with excellent field position following that 41-yard kickoff return by Jacob Maple, who's done a little bit of everything this year, rushing, receiving, and returning. Done a nice job coming back from that injury. And then, Colin Nicewander certainly having his best half of the season through the air so far.
Yeah, you said it. I mean, Nicewander's done a great job through the air. You're not going to see Nicewander typically throw downfield a whole lot, but in the intermediate and short passing game, that's where he's best, particularly when it's just the screen pass. And thus far, though, he's been able to find some intermediate gains, particularly to that of Dante Keys.
Yeah, he has. He's completed 6 of 9 passes. Now, keep in mind, he's only a 42% passer on the season, but he's 6 of 9 tonight. And of course, he had that really deep one to Keys, that 30-yarder that helped set up the 5-yard touchdown pass to White.
Well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have some halftime adjustments as well as scores from around the state. It will be a little bit longer of a halftime due to the fact that so many seniors are being honored, but we will do our best here to get you entertained through the half. You're listening to AudioSportsOnline.com coverage of Plainfield High School football. Welcome back to Plainfield High School, where Plainfield got a late driving score on a nice wonder pass to Clayton White to bring it to 7-10 in favor of Whiteland at the half. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the scoring recap, Leck.
Okay, well, it's going to be a very short one tonight, especially compared to the Decatur Central game a couple of weeks ago. With 5:02 remaining in the first quarter, on the first possession of the game, Jacob Belain hit a 30-yard field goal to give Whiteland a 3-0 lead. Then we had no scoring for more than a quarter's worth of action until, with 2:23 remaining in the second quarter, Brandon Patterson made the longest play from scrimmage of the game, a 45-yard rush. Belain's extra point gave Whiteland a 10-0 lead. However, the Quakers struck back on the ensuing drive. Jacob Maple returned the kickoff 41 yards to the Plainfield 45. Colin Niswander hit Dante Keys with a 30-yard pass, moving the ball to the Whiteland 5. And then Niswander connected with Clayton White for a 5-yard touchdown pass. Morgan Hagee's extra point brought us to our current score of 10-7. And for individual statistics, first of all, for the Whiteland Warriors, starting quarterback Jace Carpenter is 0 of 1 in passing, so obviously there are no receiving statistics. On the ground, Sean...
Well, that makes that easy.
Yeah, very easy. Yeah, Sean Cloud has 7 rushes for 47 yards. Brandon Patterson has 8 rushes for 71 yards, including the 1 touchdown. Anthony Shantz, 8 rushes for 34 yards. And then Brandon Benson, 1 for 7. For your Plainfield Quakers, Colin Niswander, so far having his best game of the season, completed 6 of 9 passes for 73 yards and 1 touchdown. In receiving, Dante Keys has 3 receptions for 61 yards. Devin Spalding, 1 for 7. Clayton White, 1 for 5, that being the touchdown. And then Jacob Maple, 1 for 0. On the ground, Dylan Foster leads the way with 9 rushes for 25 yards. Jacob Maple has 6 for 18. Tristan Southwood, 2 for 4. And Colin Niswander, 1 for 3.
Well, those are your first half statistics, and they're brought to you by Audio Sports Online. That's who we are, and we're at Plainfield High School. I'm JP Sinclair, along with Lex Zorn and Doug Eaton on the camera, and those are your individual statistics as well as the scoring breakdown. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about what we expect in the second half, Lex, as the seniors continue to be honored here at Plainfield on senior night. You know, the thing that really surprised me, like you said, Niswander having an excellent game, but defensively for Plainfield, you have to expect to run every single play with the way this Whiteland team runs that sweep offense.
Yeah, you know, only 42 passes on the season, and then since last week, Isaiah Calloway, the leading receiver, the super major college prospect, has left the team. So not surprisingly, passing was virtually non-existent from Whiteland in the first half. Only 1 pass attempted, which was an incompletion. And, you know, JP, it's really hard to overestimate the importance of that score there on the last drive for Plainfield of the half, because had they gone into the locker room not only with no points but with a 2-possession deficit against a team that just, you know, radically, zealously consumes the clock, they would have been in a deep hole. As it is right now, they get the ball first, they have a chance to tie with a field goal or take the lead with a touchdown. So right now this is very much anybody's game.
I'll tell you what, I'm watching Brandon Hagee right now, just nailing them from deep, like 50 yards deep in the wet muck.
Yeah, well, there's a reason why he's going to Ball State. I mean, he's one of the best kickers, if not the best kicker I've seen in my 3 years of commentary. And, you know, I've seen some good kickers. Aaron Tutsi, I think he's playing at DePauw. He went to Decatur Central. He got just about every kickoff I ever saw him do, get, you know, into the end zone for a touchback. But, I mean, I've never seen a guy who can just, you know, nail it from anywhere inside 50 yards the way that Hagee can. And it's been really great, you know, calling him these last 3 years. And certainly I'll be following his career as he takes it to the next level.
Well, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the scores from around the state, and we'll start in a little bit of our own backyard as Carmel and Warren Central, the number 1 and number 2 teams in the state matchup. So Carmel's leading right now in the second, 14-10 over Warren Central, and the McDonald's Henderson County Sports Show, which you can catch on Audio Sports Online. I picked Warren Central in this one, and I'm trailing by 4 right now. Center Grove is leading Lawrence North 41-0 at the half. Fort Wayne Snyder over Fort Wayne Dwenger 17-0 at the half. Franklin Community is beating Greenwood 21-0 at the second quarter, so that's a little bit of a surprising mid-state score. Hamilton Heights leads Western 14-0 in the second. Indianapolis Cathedral up over Hamilton Southeastern 21-7 in the second. I'll tell you what, Hamilton Southeastern having a tough year.
Yeah.
Indianapolis Howell leads Heritage Christian 24-7 in the first. Good IPS representation right there. Indianapolis Lutheran is leading Speedway 21-0 at the half.
Sparkplug's having a tough night.
Columbus East is beating Jeffersonville 28-0. Ben Davis beating Lawrence Central 14-10. Number 3 team in the state right there. Maconaquah leads Lewis Cass 7-0 in the second. And Brownsburg up against the Millers of Noblesville 7-6 in the second.
Yeah, big shout out to our buddy Christopher Worley. I'm sure he's very pleased with the way things are going there, covering Brownsburg there for XRB Radio 1610 AM.
Yep. Also, he's the co-host of the McDonald's Hendricks County Sports Show.
Yeah, I saw you two in action this week.
Oh, yeah? What do you think?
Oh, it's a good show.
Good show?
Yeah, I'll have to drop in on one of your episodes sometime.
Yeah, our next episode, it's recorded live on Wednesdays. Our next episode will be at the 267 Avon location, where we'll have the privilege of talking to Mark Bluss of the Avon Orioles. We're having an excellent year.
Also one score that I guess was added after you opened the app is very much worth mentioning. The first quarter, Decatur Central leading Roncalli 22-6.
There's a surprise. Roncalli's had a tough year, though.
Yeah,
I know we saw them beat up on Plainfield, but they were having a tough year before they came into Plainfield.
Yeah, so this looks like it's Justin Dixon's best team at Decatur Central. I mean, they look like they're a team that could go far in the tournament, but there's just one little problem, which is that Cathedral is in their sectional.
Yeah, they played Cathedral in the first round of sectionals last year. And I'll tell you what, the Cathedral ran a little bit of a sweep of their own, and they had a wide receiver last year who was a senior. He's at Ohio State now.
Yeah, Terry McLaurin.
Yeah, McLaurin, that's right.
And as if that's not enough, their other wide receiver, Zach Somm, now at Army, so he's a Division I guy too.
Yeah, he was very, very impressive.
Yeah, I covered Cathedral in their game against Zionsville in the sectional last year, which was played at Arsenal Tech. And Zionsville was in it until the very end. They nearly pulled off the upset of the century in an inspirational performance. Their quarterback went down. He was motionless on the field for 20 minutes, and their sophomore backup came in, having thrown 3 passes all year. His first play in, he threw a touchdown pass, 47 yards.
Another score note in the HCC, Fishers leads Westfield 28-0. And then, of course, they finally got my score, as I told them Whiteland was up by 3.
What's that one?
I sent in the score here.
Oh, okay.
So they put that one up there.
Yeah,
Not that I take all the credit.
Yeah, and earlier when you mentioned the Indianapolis Lutheran versus Speedway game, I just had to mention Speedway because they're, the spark plugs like to say that name every chance I get. Just like when they have the Frankfurt score, I'll have to mention that they're the hot dogs. So, just ready to kick off here in the second half now. Your Quakers set to get the ball down by 3 points, a chance to tie or take the lead.
And they deferred to start the game, so we'll have the ball to start here as Clayton White and Jacob Maple are back to return the kick.
And each has a key play so far. White with the touchdown, Maple with that 41-yard return that put the Quakers in position to get that touchdown.
Ball lane kicks it. Very, very straight ahead kick. Going back deep and letting it go is Clayton White. So, ball lane gets it to go in the end zone for a touchback, despite the fact he didn't have much leg on it.
Yeah, that was his first touchback of the game.
So, Nice Wonder will try and get the Plainfield offense going in the right direction.
Nice Wonder having his best game of the season so far. Let's see if he keeps it up.
Clayton White comes near side. Nice Wonder goes under center in the I formation. Only one back deep. As the quick pass to the right side is good. Flags flies. Reception was made to Dante Keys. We'll see what the flag is.
Yeah, Dante Keys having certainly a season best game.
We'll check that. Maybe there was no flag. I'm seeing flags in my dreams again.
Okay. Well, it's a first down then. As Nice Wonder now 7 for 10 on the game. As they give Keys credit for, I believe, an even 10 yards there. Yes.
2 receivers near side. I formation once again. Nice Wonder on the handoff to Foster, who gets ahead for a gain of 2 to bring it to 2nd and 8.
And I'll tell you, these are not the weather conditions in which, you would think that a quarterback would have his season best game either.
Well, I mean, give credit to Dante Keys. He's been his go-to target.
Yes, he has.
Seemed to become a little bit more the 1-2 punch.
Foster there with 3.
2 receivers near side. Motion man is Keys. And the pass goes to Keys out there. Gets across the 30 to the 40. And
another first down.
For another first down on the reception from Nice Wonder to Dante Keys. They're finding a lot in the flat on these screen passes for Nice Wonder.
Yeah, that's a 9-yard play there.
11:16 left to go in the third.
Keys now 80 yards over 5 receptions.
Keys now in the slot. Quayton White wide to the right. Maple the motion man. And Southwood gets it on the handoff, and he'll fall down for a gain of maybe 1, if anything.
Yeah, Southwood only his 3rd carry of the game. And now it's Nice Wonder, showing a lot of confidence through the air. He's taken a lot of lumps this season, but tonight he's looked confident, and he's mostly thrown the ball right on target.
Clayton White goes wide to the right. I formation once again, Nice Wonder. Gavin Ritter, the motion man. Nice Wonder takes it and hands off to Jacob Maple, who cuts across on the right side and plows his way ahead for a gain of about 5, maybe 6. So that'll bring out 3rd and 4.
He made something out of nothing. That could have easily been
a loss of yards.
Yeah.
Got hit in the backfield.
Got 6 as it is. 7 for 24 now for Jacob Maple.
5 minutes gone in the third quarter. Nice Wonder sends Ritter in motion from left to right. Nice Wonder takes it. Hands off once again to Maple, who gets ahead for the first down and a little bit more, so called a gain of 6 for Maple.
I think this is the best Maple's looked on the ground since his injury. He's starting to, show signs of the, outstanding back he was last year. So he gets that's another 6-yard gain for Maple.
2 receivers to the right. I formation once again. Nice Wonder pulls it back, has a man in his face, throws it, and did he catch it? And he did. So gain of 4 that time to Clayton White on the right side.
Yeah, White with his 2nd reception of the game, the first being that 5-yard touchdown. So now Nice Wonder 3 for 3 through the air in the half.
Clayton White near side. Motion man is Dante Keys. Nice Wonder takes it. He'll hand off to Foster, and Foster will plow his way ahead for a gain of 4 to bring out 3rd and 3.
Yeah, Foster now with 11 carries. Maple has 8, so it's good to see them getting roughly equal carries. That'll make it easy to keep burning either one out.
Makes them both fresh for the sectional time too.
Darn right.
2 receivers near side in the flank. Nice Wonder pitches it to Maple, having a little bit of difficulties, and he's going to be dragged down for a major loss. A loss of, call it,
that's about 15.
11, 15.
Yeah, 34, so yeah. That was Foster, actually.
So Foster got it and just stutter-stepped and tried to make a move, but then he realized, well, the Warriors were in his face.
They're giving him a generous spot, so it's only an 11-yard loss, but still.
Yeah, forward progress, I guess.
I guess so, or backward progress, more like it in this case. But
so Hagee on to punt, and he'll rugby punt it to the 20. It takes a Plainfield bounce.
Wow,
Plainfield lets it roll down inside the 10 to the 9. So great rugby-style punt from Hagee that time to pin Whiteland deep.
Yep. Yeah, so Foster's rushing stats take a hit. That'll cost him 11 yards, so he's now 12 for 22 on the game.
So that'll bring out Whiteland and that high-powered rushing offense. We'll see if Plainfield made any adjustments at the half to try and maybe pile on the line of scrimmage a little bit more.
Well, except for that 45-yarder, they largely contained the Warrior offense.
Carpenter goes under center. Calls Richardson closer to the set. And Patterson gets it on the sweep handoff ahead to the 14, maybe the 15. So gain of, call it 6, so that'll bring out 2nd and 4 after the Patterson run.
Yeah, the Warriors are capable, as they give Patterson credit for 6, they are capable of sustaining long drives. But, because they don't get a lot of, super breakthrough gains, a drive this long, there's a fair chance that the Quakers will, hold them, without a score.
Patterson, the motion man, gets it once again on the handoff, gets it over to the left side, has a seam, gets ahead to the 30 before he's finally brought down by Mark Dahm after a big-time gain of about 16, maybe 17.
Yeah, they're marking him right at the 31. So, yeah, that's 16. And now he has 93 yards on 10 carries, including that 45-yard touchdown rush. 7 minutes now to go here in the third quarter at Plainfield. 8:22 your time of day. Very fast-moving game.
Patterson once again in motion. Handoff goes to Patterson once again, and he gets hit after crossing the line of scrimmage for a gain of 1. Tackle made that time by Caden Montgomery. Check that. That was Nick Rowan on the stop.
Was that Patterson again on the rush?
Yep.
Okay. In case you're here, they've got, refreshments half off now. Doubt anybody's listening to us live, in the stands, but you never know.
You can stream it on Puffin.
Or if you're not here, just come in. They're probably not even taking tickets anymore. Just come over and get yourself some half-price refreshments. See the rest of this game in person.
Rush from Cloud goes ahead for a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Big play coming up for the Quakers defense. They want to get the ball back without going down by 2 possessions.
So it's 3rd and intermediate. Call it 3rd and 6 for the Warriors. They're on their 34-yard line.
3rd and 6. Now's the time to, really clamp down and, hold them in place.
Patterson once again in motion, and they look to throw. And that one's picked off by Mark Dahm. Mark Dahm has it at the 40, crosses the 50, and he'll go out of bounds at about the 45 into Whiteland territory after the Mark Dahm interception. That is his first interception of the year for Mark Dahm. The 6-foot, 180-pound senior Mark Dahm here on senior night has a big-time interception for Plainfield, who has it in their own territory.
Well, there's a reason why he had only passed 42 times coming into this game and only once previously tonight. Carpenter is he's a very good rusher. He's a good job does a good job running the offense, but he is not a passer.
That's his 7th interception on the year for Carpenter. Nicewander has it. 2 receivers either side in the eye. Nicewander looks to throw. Has pressure. Evades it. Looking downfield, and he'll throw that one away.
That's only his 4th incompletion of the night, though. He's still 9 for 13. 42% passer coming into this game, so certainly a breakthrough game for Nicewander, for sure, and giving him some confidence, going into next season in which he will presumably be the starter as a senior.
Yeah, we talked about that in Franklin Community game. Part of the reason why Plainfield did so well in that was capitalizing on the turnovers of Franklin Community. So
the turnovers definitely is what did the Grizzly Cubs in.
2 receivers either side. Nicewander under center, and they're going to throw, setting up the screen. Oh, nice catch by Dylan Foster, crossing the 30 to about the 25. Had to really focus to haul that one in while he was running. Typically, you don't want to run before you catch it, but And that time, I think it actually kind of worked out well for Dylan Foster.
Yeah, it did, and he got a 21-yard gain out of it. So definitely more than making up for that 11-yard loss there on the last possession.
That's only his second reception of the year. And how big was the gain on that?
21.
21 yards.
So now Niswander over 100 yards passing, which he has not been very often this year.
Two receivers to the right. Niswander under center throws a man in motion. That's Dante Keys. Niswander will hand off to Southwood, who has a seam up the middle, across the 20. So that'll bring out second and call it 2 after the 8-yard gain.
Yeah, Southwood with his long of they give him credit for 7. That's his longest
I
of the
just
game.
can't count.
No, it's okay. So he really, he's now playing his best ball at the time. Certainly, the emergence of Foster and the recovery of Maple opened up a lot of doors for Southwood playing in his final regular season home game.
Dante Keys wide to the right. Clayton White near side. Niswander under center. I formation. Niswander set to throw. Sets up the screen pass to Dylan Foster. That one was a dangerous pass, and that goes for no gain.
Yeah, Foster, with 2 of his 3 receptions of the season coming on this drive.
Niswander, when he throws off his back foot, when he's backpedaling, it's not necessarily the world's best throw.
What's that?
Niswander, when he throws off his back foot, when he's backpedaling like that, it's not exactly the best throw.
Right.
He was not the quarterback for this Plainfield team last year, not to my recollection anyway.
No, Brady Nichols was. He's now playing at Franklin.
2 receivers near side. Dante Keys, the motion man. And off goes to Jacob Maple, who's hit at the line of scrimmage and brought down after a great hit by Ratty. Tell you what, this Nick Ratty, the 5'10", 225 senior for Whiteland, is very, very active.
So now we've got Morgan Hagee coming out for a game-tying field goal. His first attempt was no good, though certainly hampered by a fumbled snap.
This is a chip shot from Morgan Hagee.
Yeah, it is.
Snap is good. It's up, and it's through the uprights.
We're tied.
So we're all tied up at 10 here at Plainfield on senior night with 3:13 left to go in the third quarter. Let's go and take a moment to thank some more of our sponsors. The Three Pines Brew Pub is an excellent place for great food. They offer craft drink selections brewed on site, features a family-friendly atmosphere, and would make a great destination for your next dining experience. They're located at 5020 Cambridge Way in Plainfield. For more information about menu and drink selections, call 829-1000. Their hours of operation are Sunday and Monday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., Tuesday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., Friday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 12:30.
Carey Digital is a full-service, state-of-the-art digital printing company producing everything from business cards to banners. They have been a multi-year provider of senior posters at the south end of the field. They're located at 2701 Fortune Circle East in Indianapolis. They're open weekdays from 7 to 7. Call them directly at 317-227-0220. That's 317-227-0220 for more information.
Hagee set to kick it away, and Whiteland has 2 players back. That's Cloud and Patterson to return. Hagee's kick is very, very short. Fielded at about 15. It's muffed. Plainfield recovers.
Do they? Yes.
Plainfield recovers at the 25. Went off of Patterson, and Plainfield was able to recover. You talked about it earlier after the possible muff punt.
Well, I'll tell you now, the Quakers,
they're already in field goal range.
Yeah, it would be a 42-yarder. Hagee has much more range than that. And that's all they would need to take the lead, by the way. And, if the Quakers do get a lead, then suddenly that puts the Warriors in a precarious position because, it takes them very often a long time to score.
Dante Keys near side. Niswander takes it, looks for Keys, or check that. That's to Devin Spalding, and it'll be for a catch.
Yeah, looked like a...
So that'll bring out 2nd and 5.
Spalding?
Yep.
Okay.
That's his second reception of the night.
Okay, yes, sure is, yeah.
Typically, he only had 2 receptions coming into the game.
Yeah, Keys also with more receptions tonight than on the season, and Foster, too. Everybody's, getting into the action tonight.
And
flag
that's going to be a false start.
Colin Nicewander, incredibly 12 for 16 through the air tonight. And, 121 yards, so it's a little over 10 yards of completion.
Those are what I like to call Hunter Johnson numbers.
Yep. Yeah, Hunter Johnson, obviously, as we they wipe out there the 5 yards there on the pass to Keys with that penalty. Yeah, Hunter Johnson's made great improvement over last season. I saw him as a freshman, then I saw him this year as a sophomore. He looked like he'd improved 2 years from last year this year.
Blitz coming from Whiteland. 7 players on the line of scrimmage, and they run it. Jacob Maple evades it, crosses the 20 to the 10, and only one man to beat. And he's brought down by that man. That's Chase Jones. Jacob Maple gets inside the 10-yard line on a great carry.
Yeah, it sure was. I thought he was going to go all the way, but nevertheless, Jacob Maple really looks, about as good tonight as he's looked all season. So it's great to see that he's, come such a long way after that injury. He's now 10 for 46 on the game, 4.6 yards a carry.
So first and goal. Nicewander throws a man in motion. That's Keys. And off goes the Maple once again. They'll see he mounts it outside.
He's got a chance.
He's got a chance to get to the pylon. Brings it up, and it'll be
got it
just inside for the touchdown. So after the touchdown run from Jacob Maple from 10 yards out, Plainfield takes their first lead of the game. I don't know how he was able to get that into the end zone. He must have just got it inside the pylon.
Yeah, I
he had to bring it over his head to get it into the end zone.
Yeah, it's too bad we don't have a video monitor here, but nevertheless, it was a great play.
So Plainfield leads 16-10 at the 1:59-minute mark in the third quarter. Hagee on for the PAT. It is up, so it's now a 7-point lead in favor of Plainfield. So Plainfield takes their first lead of the night, and we'll take a second to thank some of our sponsors. If you're a business owner with or without employees, you're probably wondering about your payroll. What about taxes, child support, auditing, Social Security? It can be a bit overwhelming, but we've got the answer for you. The Payroll Department Incorporated. The Payroll Department Incorporated can help put your mind at ease where all of these problems are concerned. Locally owned and operated for over 20 years, call today at 852-2568 or stop by the Payroll Department Incorporated at 701 North Green Street in Brownsburg.
We also want to thank our friends at Dugan Chevrolet, Dugan Sports Performance, and Jimmy John's for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. Thank you for supporting Plainfield football.
Well, back here at Plainfield, the Quakers take their first lead of the ball game, looking for their third win of the season as Hagee kicks it away. High, deep kick this time. Fielded at about the 5 by Cloud. Cloud breaks it across the 20 to the 30 to the 40. Up the sideline. Hagee brings him down at about the 45 in Plainfield territory.
I'll tell you, it's got to be an encouraging sign for the Warriors, the kind of kick returning they've gotten tonight, even without Callaway.
Yeah, they've needed something to get some kind of momentum going here in the second half, and that just might have been it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that muff on the last kickoff hurt, but, they had that, and then they've had the that near touchdown return near the end of the at the end of the first half, and then they had a good one to start the game as well. So they've had 3 good to great returns without Callaway tonight. That's very encouraging.
First and 10 for Whiteland on the Plainfield 41. Weird formation. Patterson takes it on the handoff, brings over to the left side, and ahead for a gain of 5, maybe 6. Call it 6 on the Patterson rush. So that'll bring out second and 4.
1:36 to go here, a little over a quarter for the Warriors to get to get those points back. And by the way, that moves Patterson to an even 100 yards now on 8 carries.
Reaching the century mark.
Got a lot of players do that in these games this year.
Patterson once again in motion. This time the quarterback keeps it, and that's Carpenter. Gets ahead on the outside for the first down, up ahead to the 30-yard line.
He's got the first and quite a few more. And, Carpenter, a very good rusher on the season. Averaged about 4.5 yards a carry.
Wonder what kind of blocking scheme this Whiteland team runs. I wonder if it's a zone block up front with so many different run options.
Carpenter, by the way, had run 43 times coming into this game.
Patterson, they call it the jet sweep, and he turned on the Jets as he swept around the outside for a big-time gain up ahead to the 12-yard line, and that's close to first and goal.
Patterson now 118 yards, by far the leading rusher in this game for either team.
So that'll bring out first and 10. Whiteland will still have an opportunity to get the first down prior to the end zone.
42 seconds now to go in the third quarter. And we got a flag. Several flags, in fact.
And there'll be a false start against Whiteland, so that'll back them up.
Can you think of any college or pro teams that have a color scheme similar to Whiteland?
New York Knicks.
The Brooklyn Nets? Or
New York Knicks.
Oh, New York Knicks. I thought you said New York Nets. Okay, sorry. Okay, New York. Yeah, that's right.
Orange and navy blue.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that sure is.
I'm sorry, I don't watch too many college, so I couldn't really think of a pro team or a college team.
Yeah, I lost track of who.
Carry was made by Cloud that time, up ahead for, call it a gain of 2, maybe 3.
And that will likely be that'll likely take us to the end of the quarter. 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's it.
So after 3, Plainfield is firmly in control, 17-10, but Whiteland is threatening inside the red zone as they'll switch sides. We'll take a second to thank some of our sponsors. We want to thank our friends at the Hendricks County Flyer that have helped make tonight's video webcast possible. Please check them out online as well as watch tonight's game at flyergroup.com.
Established in 1882 as Harris Bank and owned by BMO Financial Group since 1984, BMO Harris Bank has grown to become one of the largest banks in the Midwest, serving personal, commercial, and affluent customers. They are located in Plainfield at 2609 East Main. For more information, call them at 839-3501. That's 839-3501.
Motion 360 by Hendricks Regional Health provides care for the way you were meant to move. They care for every muscle, bone, and joint in your body to get you back to the activities you love. Get more information online at mymotion360.org.
Rhodes & Kinsley LLP are CPAs and financial advisors. In business since 1990, they handle individual and business tax and accounting work. Located at 8315 West 10th Street in Indianapolis, you can call 271-1040 to set up an appointment.
Welcome back to Plainfield. Whiteland threatens. They are at their 9-yard line, and I believe it's second and goal.
At the 8, yeah.
So
that was a
Plainfield trying to come up with a big defensive stand right here, up 7.
Yeah, that was a 9-yard rush there by Sean Cloud to end the third quarter. And it looks like we're going to have a barn burner of a finish here.
Crowd finally getting into it. It's been a little bit of a dreary night, but you're starting to hear them, particularly in the student section here at Plainfield. Handoff goes to the left side to Patterson. Yep, Patterson on the carry. So he'll get ahead for a gain of 3, maybe 4, to the 5-yard line.
Yeah, Patterson had the longest play from scrimmage of the game, 45 yards on that touchdown rush there in the first quarter. En route to the 121 yards that he currently has.
So, ball on the 5-yard line, third down. Patterson gets it, cuts over to the edge, and in the end zone for the touchdown.
Yes, he did. He from the opposite end of the field from which Maple scored a couple of minutes ago.
So just like that, Warriors capitalize. And
is that Patterson?
Yes.
Okay, Patterson with the second touchdown. He has both Whiteland touchdowns on the game.
So that makes it 17-16 in favor of Plainfield, pinning the PAT by Ball Lane.
And he's missed 3 extra points on the season, so this isn't a gimme, but certainly, promising. High snap. But he got it.
But he gets it.
So we're tied.
Gets it in. So in the fourth quarter with 11:17 left to go, we're all tied up at 17 and a terrific game here at Plainfield. We'll take a second to thank some more of our sponsors. Copyco Office Solutions is a local Xerox dealership. They sell and service copiers and printers and provide a wide variety of technology solutions, providing and supporting all your business technology needs. Copyco is located at 2920 Fortune Circle West, Suite C. Call 241-5800 or stop by Monday through Friday from 8 to 5.
Avon Dental Center has provided custom-made mouthguards to the football program for the second consecutive year and are celebrating their 20th year in business. They are located at 7517, that's 7517 Beechwood Center Road, Suite 100 in Avon, and can be reached at 272-8100. That's 272-8100. Well, back here at Plainfield, we've got a barn burner of a game brewing. The Whiteland Warriors, the visiting team, has just tied the game on a 5-yard touchdown rush from Brandon Patterson, along with Jacob Polane's extra point, and now they're set to kick off. 11:17 to go here in the fourth quarter, and the Quakers now trying to get that lead back. Looks like we've got Clayton White and
Jacob
Maple back deep to receive for the Quakers.
Surprised Clayton White's been back there. It's barely been a 3-man return game between Clemens, White, and Maple. White has it at the 10, crosses ahead to the 25 before he's brought down. So that's where Plainfield will start their offensive drive. See if we got any more new scores from around the state. Carmel and Warren Central is yet to update. 14-10 is still the score there. Greencastle is up 7-0 over Cascade at the half. Center Grove continues to dominate Lawrence North 55-7. Decatur Central still leads Roncalli 22-6. Franklin still leads Greenwood 21-7 at the half. We'll have some more in a minute. Nice wander in under center, sends Dante Keys in motion. They're going to hand it off to Maple. Tries to bounce it out to the outside. Crosses the 30 up ahead to the 31 before he's pushed out of bounds. The out-of-bounds play was made that time by number 15, Kevin Starnes.
Maple, by the way, after getting 6 on that play, Maple and Foster each with 12 carries for the Quakers. Great to see that balance.
Cathedral still leads Hamilton Southeastern 24-10 in the third. 2 receivers either side. Nice wander under center. Looks to throw. Finds Clayton White in the flat, and he couldn't handle it. Tried running before he caught it. Indianapolis Howell was beating up Heritage Christian early, but Heritage Christian has made a comeback. Heritage Christian actually leads now by 1 point, 25-24 at the half. Lutheran still leads Speedway, 21-7 at the half. Ben Davis now trailing Lawrence Central, 24-21. That's a very surprisingly close matchup. Not taking anything away from Lawrence Central, but Ben Davis is that good.
Right, yeah.
2 receivers either side once again. Nice wander in the I formation under center and movement up front. That'll be an encroachment penalty against Whiteland. So that'll be an automatic first down for Plainfield.
And that's very good because, had they not converted that first down, assuming they had punted, which is very likely, then that means the Warriors would have had the ball with a chance to take the lead with any score. As it is now, the Quakers have a first down in pretty good field position. They can take their time and try to milk as much of the clock as they can and get a score and put all the pressure on the visiting team.
Paoli is blanketing Mitchell 21-0. New Pal is leading Newcastle 41-0. Noblesville has taken the lead over Brownsburg 13-7 in the HCC matchup.
Wow.
Nice wander will hand off to Jacob Maple. Crosses the 40, puts on sprinting speed, and up ahead to about the 42. Check that. That was Dylan Foster. I should have known. I saw carriers or would-be tacklers being drugged.
Yeah. Yeah, Maple's a great back, too, but he doesn't drag him the way... he's a different style of runner.
He's a good cutter.
Yeah, whereas, Dylan Foster's simply a battering ram.
How about the year the Tri-West Bruins are having this year with Jake Hendershot at quarterback? They're leading Southmont 35-0.
All right.
That's going to be a good 3A team to keep an eye on. Nice wander, fakes the handoff, looks to throw, looking downfield, has pressure, steps up, and he'll be brought down for a sack in the backfield. Sack made that time by Ryder Emberton. That's his 5th sack of the season.
So, yeah, that's a little bit of a setback as Nice Wonder gets credit for -2 there.
Fishers leads Westfield 35-0 at the half, and Avon is dominating Zionsville 24-0 in the third.
So I formation, 2 receivers to the left.
Maple is the motion man. Handoff goes to Southwood up ahead for a small gain. Got some of that back. Call it gain of 3.
Yeah, but still brings up a 3rd and long. Southwood
With the way Nice Wander's throwing the ball, 3rd and long doesn't really bother me as much as it would on a normal night.
Yeah, that's a good point. And, a Morgan Hagee punt from here would probably get the...
I wouldn't be surprised if they go for it, though, with the way Whiteland's been dominating the time of possession. Nice Wander set to throw. Looking downfield. Has a man. That's Creighton White. And he brings it in for the first down up ahead to the 36, maybe the 37, for a big-time gain. Like I said, Nice Wander tonight has been completely on target and on fire.
Nice Wander's been nice, to say the least. He's been doing more than nice as he gets 14 yards there on that pass.
Nice Wander once again under center. Looks to throw. And can't find anything. Rolling to his left. Just throws it to try and get out of the tackle box and throws it away. So that'll bring out 2nd and 10. But you also got to keep in mind the clock at this point. 9:18 left on the clock, 17-17. If you're Plainfield, you have to keep in mind that this could very well be your last offensive possession at the game, particularly with the way Whiteland dominates the time of possession.
Yeah, and you're very close to Hagee's field goal range already. So it wouldn't hurt to if you're going to score, it wouldn't hurt to knock off a few minutes first to put more pressure on the Warriors since they do not.
Nice Wander set to throw once again. As a man in the open field. That's only a gain of 4, though. Or check that. Did he catch it? Or did he drop it?
I'm not certain what the call was. Yeah.
Nope.
Okay.
It's an incomplete pass, so it'll be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, Brandon Royer.
I couldn't tell with where the ball was going at the refs, where they were going to spot it.
Yeah, I couldn't either. But Brandon Royer was the intended receiver. I don't believe he has a reception this season.
He has seen a lot of game time here tonight. Now you almost have to throw on 3rd down here.
Almost, but.
And it'll be a draw play from Maple up the middle.
Yeah, maybe they're just trying to get Hagee in field goal range.
That'll be close to his range.
Yeah.
I don't know if.
Yeah, here he comes.
Yeah, but he also could be punting it.
Could be. It would be a.
They're going to go for the field goal because Nice Wander's out there. This will be a 51-yard field attempt. He has a 49, but that was on a much drier condition field.
Was that Maple on that last play?
Yes. Kick is up, and that's going to be short. Oh! Just by a little bit.
Well, probably worth a shot this late in the game. But, nevertheless, the Warriors are taking over with decent field position, 8:29 to go. So now the pressure goes on the Quakers defense to hold them.
This is going to come down to the wire. 8:29 left to go in the fourth quarter, 17 all tie. Whiteland has possession of the ball on their own 20-yard line.
Have you ever commentated a game that went into overtime?
No.
I haven't either.
I did once in college, and I still don't understand the college rules.
I think they're the same in the
NFL
in high school. I think because I know they do like the trading possessions rather than the sudden death.
Well, even the NFL doesn't do sudden death anymore, does it?
Well, close. I'll hold that thought.
On the sweep, Cloud has it, gets over to the 30, and he's going to be off to the races. Mark Dom, the one man to beat, and is able to take an angle to force him out of bounds at about the 40-yard line.
So now the pressure really cranked up on the defense after a nearly 40-yard gain there by Sean Cloud, moving him very close to the century mark.
So
43, that's 37 yards there. He's up to 95 on 10 carries. And it looks like the weather's calmed down. It looks like the field looks like it's drier now, so making miscues less likely.
Well, if Carpenter throws it.
Which he usually doesn't.
Patterson runs it on the right side now, breaking tackles up ahead to about the 35. So that'll bring out 2nd and 3.
Well, I've got a Pacers update. You want to hear it?
Sure.
Okay. Magic lead the Pacers 69-67. At the end of the third quarter, Roy Hibbert 13 points, 3 rebounds for the Pacers. It's an encouraging start for Big Roy.
It's only preseason.
Yeah, we'll take any good signs we can get. We know Big Roy had some struggles last season, hopefully, which are behind him.
Patterson gets it once again on sweep and almost brought down in
Late
the backfield, but a flag flies. Tyler Maple there for the stop for Plainfield. We'll see what the flag is in the realm of holding. It is holding against Whiteland.
It's a break for the Quakers now. So that'll back it up 10 yards.
So that'll bring it back. 7:36 left to go in the fourth, and that'll make it, it'll be a repeat of 2nd down, so it'll be 2nd and 12.
So definitely, it's gives a little bit of a break for the Plainfield defense. 7:31 to go now.
Patterson in motion. Handoff goes to Cloud. Gets ahead for a small gain of that back. That'd be about a 5-yard gain up ahead to the 40.
So let's see, the game credit for 4, putting up to 99 for the game. Ecuador just tied USA in the 88th minute, by the way, in their soccer match. 7 minutes even to go.
Big play here for Plainfield. Patterson in motion. Takes it on the handoff. And he's going to have the first down.
He does, yeah. He has about a yard more.
A Plainfield player had an opportunity, I believe it was Corey Bennett, to bring Patterson down in the backfield. Just could not wrap him up.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, this now puts the Quakers in a precarious position. And that now... if the Warriors are going to score, you better hope that they do it soon because, even from the 31, they could easily run 3 or 4 more minutes off the clock before scoring, and that wouldn't give the Quakers much time, especially for a team that doesn't get a lot of huge gains. So now the defense got to come through here.
Handoff goes straight ahead to Cloud, and he'll be in the end zone for the touchdown.
He started turning off the gas before he even got to the end zone.
Oh, yeah. As soon as he cleared the line of scrimmage, he turned on the turbo button, and he was off to the races.
Well, he's now that Sean Cloud now gives the Warriors a second 100-yard rusher. He has 130, while Patterson 140.
But 6 minutes, 16 seconds, and all 3 timeouts left on the clock for the Quakers, pending the PAT. A miss or a block here would be...
And again, Belain already 3 misses, so, he's not quite as automatic as Hagee is.
It's up and good. So, 24-17 is the score here in the fourth quarter, and it's going to come down to the wire here, Leck.
Yeah, we got a barn burner brewing here in Plainfield on Senior Day. The Quakers have endured a lot this season. They've overcome a lot of injuries. It's been a great inspirational story. They got a huge win last week on the road in the conference at Franklin. They had a nice win back at Lucas Oil Stadium in week 2. But entering this game, they are 0-4 at home. They don't want to end the season 0-5 at home.
Avon Dental Centers provided custom-made mouthguards to the football program for the 2nd consecutive year and are celebrating their 20th year in business. They're located at 7517 Beechwood Center Road, Suite 100 in Avon, and can be reached at 272-8100. Stop by and visit American Family Insurance Hawk Agency Incorporated at 704 North Carr Road in Plainfield. You can reach them at 839-9445. Stop in Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 to discuss your insurance needs.
Well, back here at Plainfield, we're set to kick off again with your Quakers having just fallen behind again, 24-17 to the visiting Whiteland Warriors with 6:16 to go here in the fourth quarter. So the pressure now on the Plainfield offense to come through.
White and Maple stand at their 5-yard line waiting the kick to return. Clayton White back to return it, gets across the 10, cuts it over to the middle of the field at about the 20, looking for some kind of room on the outside up ahead to the 21 before he's brought down. Host of tacklers that time, including Quentin Truex on the tackle.
Well, Foster and Maple each have 13 rushes tonight, while Southwood has 5. So, however, Colin Nicewander has completed 13 passes to 5 different receivers. So they do have a variety of weapons they can hit you with.
This is almost certainly going to be a fullback runner. Nope, screen pass. Maple on the outside, crosses the 25, up ahead to about the 27. So a nice first-yard gain there on the pass from Nicewander to Jacob Maple.
Yeah, Maple was 70 yards on the ground. And
was that a reception?
Yeah, it was technically a rush because he did throw it backwards slightly.
Okay. Same thing as a pitch out then.
Yeah.
Hard to see from my angle.
Oh, okay.
This time it's a
and we got a flag here.
That'll be a false start.
So basically wiping out Maple's gain there.
So that'll bring out 2nd and 10.
Jacob Maple having a season high in rushing tonight, but he hopes it will not be in a losing effort. We got 5:32 to go now. I'll tell you though, if Whiteland does get this win, I mean that'll be a huge win. You're getting a conference win on the road, having just lost their best player.
They've still been a very, very impressive team.
They certainly have been very balanced.
Well, maybe not throwing the ball.
Well, I mean balanced on the
defensively and offensively.
They got 2 100-yard gainers.
Nicewander set to throw.
Nearly intercepted. That was a dangerous pass.
You said it. That was a very, very dangerous pass. Austin Browning almost had the interception there for Whiteland. He was reading the play the whole way. And Nicewander tried to throw it, but fortunately it was not intercepted, but it will bring out a 3rd and 10.
And had it been intercepted, I mean, he might have taken it in for the score, too. Nevertheless, Nicewander playing his best game of the year, but having been incomplete now 4 of his last 5 passes.
Nicewander set to throw. Has pressure. Evades it. Looks to run. Throwing downfield, and it'll be incomplete. Pass was intended that time for Braden Royer.
He looked like he wasn't sure what he wanted to do.
He's afraid of crossing the line of scrimmage, I think, by the time he realized he had evaded the pressure.
I think he would have had a better shot running with it on that one, but nevertheless, it looks like Morgan Hagee is going to punt. I can't imagine they'd go for a fake under these circumstances.
4:55 left to go. You still have all 3 of your timeouts, and you're down 7.
So that means the defense is going to have to come through, specifically on a 3-and-out, or hope that they muff the punt.
Hagee's rugby-style punt goes and takes a Plainfield bounce to about the 47. So Plainfield has to hold here and try and convert something on the defensive end.
Yeah, and it has to be if not a turnover, it has to be a 3-and-out or at least very close to it, or otherwise, this game, there's no guarantee that the Quakers would even get the ball back. Although they do have all 3 timeouts left, that is one good thing.
Cloud takes it on the end around, and he's off to the races again. He's gone. Gets all the way up to, call it the 7-yard line, Last man to knock him out was Mark Dahm.
And that comes very close to sealing the deal, barring some catastrophe. If they get any kind of score on this drive after that 39-yard rush there, if they just get a score, hard to imagine the Quakers coming back to win this game. Be a very big stretch.
Patterson in motion. He takes it on the handoff, and he's in close to the end zone. Going to be marked down just shy at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, so it's been a valiant effort by the Quakers, but this rushing attack proving just to be a little too much as Patterson gets credit for 7 there. He has 147, Cloud of 169.
They move so much from right to left in the sweep. It's amazing to see how much momentum Cloud has when he crosses that line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he's just, We got a flag, though.
It's marked as a touchdown, but it will be a false start, so that'll back them up.
Well, now's the time they need a turnover. .343 to go here at Plainfield. The Quakers trying to, give their seniors a send-off win. Of course, they could be back here for a tournament game. We don't know yet. We'll, I guess, have the draws on Sunday night, so we'll certainly be talking about that a lot next week at Martinsville. By the way, all you Plainfield fans, I encourage all of you to get down to Martinsville, just 23 miles south for that regular season finale next week, final tune-up for the playoffs. They got a great facility down there. I've done a couple of games there during my brief commentary career.
I have not yet been down there.
I think you'll enjoy it. It's a nice drive, too, although, you won't be able to see much down there, at night, but...
Cloud takes it on the handoff, and he's
good stop.
And stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made that time by Bryce Biddle.
Yeah.
Bear hugged him and said, nope, you're going that way.
Who was the ball carrier there?
It was Cloud.
Okay, go. Oh, because that was a good for 3-yard loss, okay. Dropping Cloud to 166.
Still about 66 yards too many.
Yeah. So now a crucial third down for the Quakers.
If they can get another loss here,
yeah,
that'll make it very, very interesting. And Carpenter rushes ahead. I don't think he quite got to the end zone.
No, he didn't. And we got a late flag, though.
That'll be a personal foul, but the question is, who was it against, Whiteland or Plainfield?
Because if it's against the Quakers, then it's an automatic first down. And half the distance to the goal, and that would virtually seal it. But if it's against the Warriors, then that's a huge break for Plainfield.
I know Coy Anderson was in there.
Personal foul. Oh, yes, huge
Whiteland.
Break. Huge break.
That's a, 15-yard penalty?
Yes, 15 yards. Wow. Boy, I'll tell you, if you're Coach Darren Fisher of Whiteland, you're going to hate that one.
I knew who did it. I knew who was involved in it, I should say, if it was Plainfield. Coy Anderson was in there, but I'm not sure who really pushed him for the personal foul.
Yeah. Of course, they don't, announce, unlike, the NFL, and the high school referees don't announce which individual player. Yeah.
So that'll bring out 3rd and 16, and Whiteland will take a timeout.
They're first, yeah.
For more than 2 decades, Wicker Construction is engaged in building custom homes, remodeling, insurance, repair, and handyman services while exceeding client expectations and delivering projects with professionalism and integrity. Wicker Construction works closely with you, the client, to understand your lifestyle and construction needs. Their services include insurance repairs and restoration, hailstorm and weather-related repairs, remodeling services, and new home construction. For more information, call Wicker Construction at 839-8353. Stop by and visit American Family Insurance Duck Hawk Agency, Inc. at 704 North Carr Road in Plainfield. You can reach them at 839-9445, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, to discuss your insurance needs.
Well, back here at Plainfield, we got a barn burner of a finish coming up. 2:51 to go. Plainfield trails by 7 in the fourth quarter. And now we've got
Fourth down
and 16. So Jacob Belain has not made a field goal all season. He's going for one from 33 yards that would virtually seal it. But again, he's 0 for 3 on the season.
How big would a blunt a block here be?
It would be huge. But a good, even if he misses, the Quakers. Hold on, what's this?
Oh, that'll mark it a little bit closer.
Yeah, that'll turn it from a 33 to a 28 yard. Or that'll be a 28 yarder now.
It's a silly penalty late in the game.
Yeah, you hate to give Belain, another 5 yards. Because, since he's 0 for 3 on the season, you're hoping that you can shake his confidence and even more. But now it's only 8 yards more than an extra point.
Low snap.
He's got it.
Good. It was a low snap that had to be turned around by the holder at the last second. But Balain was able to get it up and in.
And that would have, in all fairness, that would have gone from 33 or quite a few yards further back. It was an excellent kick.
So it's a 10-point game now with 2:45. And for all intents and purposes, I don't think the Quakers can put 10 points up in that amount of time.
They would need something extraordinary immediately, like a kickoff return for a touchdown or something near that magnitude. But give Jacob Belain credit. He kicks his first field goal of the season at the perfect time, possibly winning the game for Whiteland.
So going back to return it this time is Clayton White.
Yeah, and I believe that, Maple as well.
White and Maple. So Belain set to kick it away from the 40.
Well, I thought coming into this game that it was about a 50-50 shot of the Quakers winning.
Oh, yeah, it's been a heck of a game.
Yeah. So it's not a disaster or an embarrassment by any means for them to lose. This is a very good Whiteland team. It's been a consistently winning program over the last decade. Like I said, sectional champions a year ago. And they're a 5A team, too, don't forget. Versus Quakers are 4A, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And that one's fielded at the 5 by White. Brings down across the 10. Cuts it across the middle of the field, up ahead to the 20. He's brought down from behind that time by Tanner Fox.
Yep, so now these are the times we find out who we really are, as Stick said, and now the Quakers are about to find out.
So, Nicewander comes out in the shotgun, 3-receiver set. Spread formation, Nicewander set to throw, sets it up for Maple, who's hit immediately by Ratty.
A disaster of a play. Not only do they lose yards, but the clock keeps on ticking.
Ratty has been all over Maple tonight. And flags fly. False start against Plainfield. So it goes from bad to worse for Plainfield to start what could very well be their final drive of the game.
Yeah, hugely disappointing to say the least. Let's see, ball on 12. How many to go? They haven't adjusted that yet.
It'll be second and about 20.
Oh, goodness.
Nicewander set to throw on the draw play. Finds Maple, who gets ahead for maybe a gain of 4. So that'll bring out 3rd and 15-ish.
Yep.
Nicewander set to throw. Throws it away.
And
That's in the end zone for a touchdown. So Harmoning in there for the interception. That's his first of the year. I'll tell you what, Nicewander had Dante Keys open in the middle of the field, but just missed him. And Whiteland takes advantage, and that one will just about do it. So,
well, disappointing end of the game. And this tell you this final score is, assuming there's no more scoring after this extra point, this final score is going to be very misleading. Make it sound like, it was a fairly easy win for Whiteland. No, this was a nail-biter all the way until things just fell apart.
About the 6-minute mark was really where
it
was decided.
And who got the touchdown here?
And it's up and in. And the interception was made by Kyle Harmoning, number 25.
Oh, okay.
So with the score, let's go ahead and thank some more of our sponsors. With Julian Burbridge and Bud Green from Remax Centerstone, you can consider it sold. As a team, Julie and Bud have over 20 years of combined commercial and residential sales experience. Their team effort has brought many large-scale commercial projects to Plainfield, and Julie is a continued leader in residential sales across the county. Call Julie today at 317-754-5057. Let her make your next home purchase or selling experience as stress-free as possible. Special thanks to the Niagara Bottling Company, open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information on how they can get to work for you, please call 909-230-5000, extension 5912.
Well, back here at Plainfield, we're near the end of a game in which the Quakers gave a valiant effort and led much of the way, but collapsed here in the fourth quarter. They trail now 34-17 with 1:54 to go, following that 25-yard interception return for a touchdown by Kyle Harmoning of Whiteland.
So back deep to return. I'm not really too sure, actually.
And they muff it. Well, Murphy's
Coy Anderson? I believe it was Coy Anderson.
Oh. Well, small consolation. The Quakers do retain the ball, although it doesn't matter much at this point.
So it'll be 1st and 10, and the Quakers somehow retain possession after the muff.
And that was only Nicewander's. The ruling was that the muff went out of bounds before it was recovered by the Warriors. That, by the way, was only Nicewander's 3rd interception of the season in 8 games. He has not made a lot of mistakes.
Clayton White running with it before he caught it. So that'll bring out 2nd and 10. If you're Plainfield, I mean, I get the fact that you want to try and make the game closer and try and get something going, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't see any conceivable way where Plainfield can come back to win this game with the time left on the clock. So I think you'd almost want to just kind of prevent injury at this point.
All right. Well, there's a nice catch there by
Clayton White.
So the clock continues ticking. How many? I couldn't tell exactly.
It was Clayton White.
No. I mean exactly how many. So he got just no yards then.
Nope.
Okay.
This time Clayton White has it for a bigger gain, up ahead for the first down to about the 46, and he's slow to get up. Very slow to get up. Actually, he has not gotten up. He's holding his leg.
Oh, no. The last thing they need, another injury.
So the trainers will go out to him, and he hops up underneath his own power and very quickly walks gingerly off the field under some light assistance.
Prior to those 2 completions to White, by the way, Nicewander was only one of his last 7. With that interception for the touchdown being one of them.
So 3 receiver set. Nicewander set to throw. Looking downfield. Looking. Has pressure. Rolls. And he'll just rush ahead for a small gain.
Yeah, he got out of bounds well past the 50, so it's going to be about the 46 or 47 of Whiteland.
So it'll be a 7-yard gain for Niswander, and I'll stop the clock and bring out. I'll check that. We're just going to mark him for a 6-yard gain, so it'll be 2nd and 4. Niswander set to throw.
Oh!
Once again, running before he caught it.
That would have been a big gain, too, for Dalen Flick, 5'8", 135-pound sophomore. Need to put him in the weight room a little bit. Niswander thrown 28 passes. I believe that's a season high. Completed 16 of them. I'm sure that's a season high in completions for Niswander. Had overall a pretty solid game. 2
receivers either side. Set to throw, and that one's deflected by Whiteland.
It's 4th and 4 now, 1:15 to go. The Quakers down to possibly their last play on offense in this game.
It's kind of weird. I'm not used to seeing Whiteland on these deep, quick slants. He's
got
a little bit of a gun to him. He doesn't have a lot of, I've always said he doesn't throw the ball downfield.
Yeah.
But on the quick strikes, he's got a little bit on the slants. Now Maple slips, and that'll do it. Turnover on downs. Ball goes back to Whiteland, and should be a couple of kneel downs. I don't imagine Plainfield will call a timeout.
They have all 3 left, but yeah, unlikely. Well, for most of the game, it was, and by the way, Orlando has beaten the Pacers 96-93 in exhibition action.
Keyword, exhibition.
Yeah. Was that Maple on the last run?
Yep.
Well, for about 3.5 quarters, a lot of things went Plainfield's way. They just, fell apart there at the end, but still a very good effort. Disappointing that they're finishing the regular season 0-5 at home, no question about it, but don't count these guys out.
So Schatz has it on the carry, and he'll get ahead for a gain of 5 before he's brought down by Maple. Check that. That's not Maple. That is Maple. Sorry. 33-34, one plays defense, one plays offense.
Shantz, I don't think he had carried the ball in this half as he gets
not since the first quarter. I don't remember saying his name. It's been all Cloud and Patterson.
So they'll have to run about one more play. It looks like this will likely be a kneel down.
Yeah, they're in victory formation now as they realize Plainfield's not going to use any of the timeouts.
Yeah.
So that'll do it. So here at Plainfield, Whiteland gets the victory. They win it 34-17 in a game that was 17-all up until very, very late in the fourth quarter, Leck.
Yeah, it was. In fact, it's hard to believe, but the Quakers actually started the fourth quarter with the lead. Shows how things can unravel in a hurry. It was a great effort. It was a great effort, without a doubt. And the fans have a lot to be proud of. And it's a heartbreaking loss, for these seniors. But their season is not over. They have the regular season finale a week from tonight at Martinsville, and then they have the playoffs. And a little later on in the postgame show, I want to go over this sectional and explain why I think the Quakers have a chance to make a fairly deep run this year, despite the 2-5 record.
Well, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the scoring breakdown from this game, Leck.
Yeah, we didn't have much to say at the half, but we have a lot more at the end, particularly in the fourth quarter where we had 4 scores. Whiteland opened the scoring with 5:02 remaining in the first quarter on the opening drive of the game, with Jacob Pillane hitting a 30-yard field goal, and so that that was his first field goal of the season, by the way. That made the score 3-0. And then we didn't have another score for more than a quarter after that until, with 2:23 remaining in the second quarter, Brandon Patterson broke through on a 45-yard rush, and Bellane's extra point made the score 10-0. However, the Quakers came back and scored with 5.3 seconds remaining in the second quarter on a 5-yard touchdown pass from Colin Nicewander to Clayton White. Morgan Hagee's extra point made the score 10-7. Then, with 3:13 remaining in the third quarter, Hagee tied the game on a 36-yard field goal. With 1:15 to go in that quarter, the Quakers got their first lead on a 9-yard rush by Jacob Maple, and a Hagee extra point, bringing the score to 17-10. However, it was all Whiteland the rest of the way, with 11:17 remaining in the fourth quarter. Brandon Patterson scored his second touchdown of the game, this time on a 5-yard rush. Belane's extra point made it 17-7. Then, with 6:16 remaining in the fourth quarter, Sean Cloud scored on a 31-yard rush. Belane's extra point made it 24-17, giving the Warriors the lead for good. Belane scored his second field goal of the game and of the season with 2:45 remaining, bringing the score 27-17, pushing the lead back to 2 possessions. And then on the ensuing drive, with the Quakers trying to get back in the game, Nicewander threw a pass that was intercepted by Kyle Harmoning, who returned it 25 yards for a touchdown, and Belane's extra point brought us to our final score of 34-17. With incredibly 34 points scored in the last 15 minutes and 13 seconds of the game, after only 17 prior to that. Individual scoring, first of all, for the victorious Whiteland Warriors, who improved to 5-3 on the season. Starting quarterback Jace Carpenter, 0 for 2 with 1 interception. So obviously there are no receiving statistics to report for the Warriors.
That's just kind of amazing when you think about it.
Yeah, it is. And then on rushing, Sean Cloud led the way with 14 on rushing. Sean Cloud led the way with 14 rushes for 166 yards and 1 touchdown, while Brandon Patterson had 18 rushes for 147 yards and 2 touchdowns. Anthony Shantz had 9 rushes for 39 yards. Brandon Benson 1 for 7, and starting quarterback Jace Carpenter 6 for 5.
Another high school game has gone final as Class 6A number 1 Carmel beats 6A number 2 Warren Central 17-10 in a very close game.
Another barn burner. Wish I'd been there. I've been to quite a few Carmel games over the years. They have a great stadium, great facility up there. It's like an NCAA Division I AA stadium. It's that nice a facility. But anyway, final individual statistics for your Plainfield Quakers. Colin Nicewander had overall his best game of the season. He completed 16 of 29 passes for 151 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. Dante Keys, the leading receiver, 5 receptions for 80 yards, followed by Clayton White with 5 receptions for 42 yards and 1 touchdown. Dylan Foster, 2 receptions for 21 yards. Devin Spalding, 2 for 12. And Jacob Maple, 2 for -4. On the ground, Maple led the way with 16 carries for 74 yards. Dylan Foster, 13 for 32. Tristan Southwood, senior, playing in his final regular season home game, 5 for 14. And Colin Nicewander, 3 for 6.
So those are the individual statistics as well as the scoring recap. Up next for Plainfield High School, they'll be back in action on the road next Friday, October 17th at 7 p.m. against Martinsville. The Artesians are dangerous 4-3 on the year. Senior quarterback Josh LaRue is over 1,400 yards on the year throwing. They have 3 rushers with over 200 yards and 3 receivers with over 300 yards. This is a very, very good offensive team.
It is, yeah. You know, the last couple of years they ran the run-and-shoot offense under head coach Fred Cuttriff, who retired at the end of last season, while his son, Mason Cuttriff, the starting quarterback, graduated and moved on to the University of Dayton, where he's pitching on the baseball team. So it was good to see him get a Division I scholarship. And the new head coach, Brad Rose, has the team really not missing a beat. They're still rushing and passing with about an even 1-to-1 ratio, so that should be a very challenging opponent and a good tune-up for the Quakers in their last regular season game of the season as they prepare for the playoffs. And I'll tell you, this team is much better than their 2-6 record. Obviously, this was a winnable game that they let slip away. Same with Greenwood 3 weeks ago. But heading into this sectional, I really think the Quakers have a good chance to advance. There are 7 other teams here in sectional 22. And the 2 marquee teams are 12-time state champion Bishop Chatard, who just move up this year to Class 4A, and then the 8-time state champion Roncalli Rebels, who played here back in Week 4, winning that game 27-3. Now, the Quakers would clearly be an underdog in against either team, although both teams are very good this season, but neither is really one of its best teams. So it wouldn't be a likely win, but it wouldn't be impossible either. But then let's look at the rest of the sectional. Northwest is awful. That would be an almost certain win for the Quakers. Mooresville.
Are you dissing the IPS there?
Yeah, I'm dissing Northwest. I mean, they're very, very bad. Sorry to say. Not that I wish them to be. Space Pioneers. Certainly one of the great names in high school sports. But they're 0-7, and they're getting blown out most every week.
Yeah, they were the only baseball stadium I ever played in where there was no home run field. To get a home run, you had to run all the way around the bases if you hit it deep enough.
Yeah,
no fence.
Yeah, it's your heart really goes out to all those kids in the IPS. Northwest lost their last year. Danville went 2-7, beat Northwest in the first sectional game 78-14. I mean, and it looks like Northwest is about as bad this year. But then let's look at the rest of the sectional. Northview, which is a little school out in Brazil, they are 5-2, but all 5 of their wins came against teams from lower classes. Then Mooresville, they got us 26 5 weeks ago, but we're much improved since then. That would be a very winnable game. Lebanon at 4-3 and Danville at 3-4. Nice teams, but they're from the Sagamore Conference,
and they've already beat Danville once.
Yeah, we beat Danville once, and Lebanon we should have beaten in the first round we would have won that sectional game last year at Lebanon had we been healthy. So really, 5 of the 7 games would be very winnable. So what we got to hope for is Chatard and Roncalli to draw each other, and then we get on the other side of the bracket and get Northwest in the first round, and then that would give us a good shot to at least get to the sectional final, and then once you get there, who knows what will happen, especially if you're healthy.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. The Mooresville to me is a coin flip, and then like you said, I don't. If it's Bishop Chatard or Roncalli, you might as well forget about it because I don't see Plainfield able to beat one of those 2 teams, particularly with the way Bishop Chatard has been playing this year. They have been playing outstanding defensively.
Yeah,
so I don't see that.
It's hard to imagine scoring the points. I mean, it was certainly a lot of things would have to go our way to give us a chance in that one. But nevertheless, it's not hopeless, and this is much better than most 2-6 teams. I mean, this is a team that could be 4-4, 5-3. If we had been healthy all year long, I think this team would be about 5-3 right now.
Well, that'll just about do it for the broadcast. We want to thank you for listening to Plainfield Varsity Football, powered by AudioSportsOnline.com. This broadcast is brought to you by the Hendricks County Flyer, Rhodes and Kinley LLP, Copyco Office Solutions, American Family Insurance, Doug Hawk Agency, Inc., Wicker Construction, Julia Burbridge of Remax Centerstone, Niagara Bottling Company, The Beacon Sign Company, 3 Pints Brew Pub, Cary Digital, Jimmy John's, Dugan Chevrolet, Dugan Sports Performance, and the Coachman Restaurant and Lounge.
Oh, by the way, we forgot to do players of the game.
Oh, players of the game. I did skip over that. You have a player of the game?
Yeah, on offense, I'm going to go with Colin Nicewander. He has not had a lot of success this season, but tonight, he made a couple of mistakes, but overall he really helped keep us in the game and gave us a chance to win. I mean, it's hard to believe, but we did lead in the fourth quarter of this game, and he was a big part of it. He completed over half of his passes after being only 42% coming in. He was 16 of 19. He did throw only his 3rd interception of the season, but he also threw a touchdown pass. And he did connect with 5 different receivers. So, nice way for him to, keep on building his confidence and improving going into next year, in which he'll likely be a senior starter.
I'm going to give it to Mark Dahm. To me, he was a very, very good. He had the interception of one of the very few passes thrown by this Whiteland team, but he also had a lot of touchdown-saving tackles. This game could have been a lot worse off had it not been for Mark Dahm on the outside.
Yeah, certainly. Kudos to him, and also kudos to the Plainfield staff. And we hope we get we hope that we get to commentate a tournament game here. But if not, we want to thank everybody here at Plainfield for their gracious accommodations this season, especially for all the hot box pizza. And it's got a really nice press box up here, in which it's been very comfortable for us to call these games, and everybody here very friendly, and hope to be back here next season, and as well as in the tournament this season.
Well, that'll do it for us here tonight. The final score in favor of the Whiteland Warriors, 34-17 over the home and defending Plainfield Quakers. For Doug Edens, Lex Zorn, I'm J.P. Sinclair. Have a good night.
Good night.